on this stream. Welcome. JDZ singing that song that he sings when he's buffering. So spoiler alert, but don't worry, you guys know who it is if they hear the singing. It's like his like downloading music. But you guys might not know. You guys, first off,
come on.
JDZ's somewhere else. He's not here.
He's literally in an elevator. He's in an elevator, and he's
not part of it. You're not yes-anding. So we are playing the game. Who's hosting? And this might be hard, guys, because that's what you hadn't heard us in weeks. You haven't heard us in weeks.
Gosh, it's been forever.
So you hear me. Who am I? You don't freaking know. And I hope you know, because if you guess right, you're gonna get one.
What is it?
You'll get a blessing. And who's that other voice with a higher pitch? Could be a woman, could not be. This is 2025. You don't know.
Could be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Is it really that high pitch?
Well, I'm just saying it's not as low as, no. You're not like this. But anyway.
Oh, right, yeah.
You're right. It's me. Color is law. And I am here. You solved the case. You figured it out.
Thanks, GDC.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The last person you're going to meet, and it's spelled MEAT, is going to talk right now.
Oh yes. How are we all doing today?
Is this the cursed lady? Oh,
it'd be so funny if Luke's not. We're like, everyone we're going to guess, and Luke's not here, so don't guess that. The good news is no one guessed. So we can go ahead
no one ever plays.
No one
has ever played my game. No one.
I played it once.
Despite the fact I have shared how much it means to me, the public rejects me. And it's great. I love it. I am willing to put my Labubu's on the line on Katie's Winnecaster. All right, Britt, Strange for Special. I'd say I've mailed you a sticker, but I've mailed you I think I mailed you stickers already. So I'll mail you thought stickers.
The guesses did not come in.
No,
but we have returned. It's so good to be back here with you all again for another night of the ICL. Man, it's been a long break. Hopefully, you guys have been well during this time.
Yeah, what were you doing, JDZ?
Yeah, what have you
done? You was like, were you just like hanging out doing nothing? That's crazy.
Oh, I've been kicking it. I've been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah. Nothing important. Nothing more important, I would say, than the ICCCCL to see who is going to be the very first ever ICL champion. We are getting a lot of
C's in our acronyms.
Every time you play,
the
CCQ.
Yeah, the
add
CCQ
another C.
And pretty much.
I think it's super respectful, though, that JDZ, despite where he has spent his time, he says, I'm humble. I'm not going to put a giant pin worth $400 on my blazer.
It's not $400.
I'm going to be down to earth. And
it's like $800 now.
Yeah. So, someone's here is like wearing the Rolex around it like as a necklace.
I know. Well, because, I could either put another pin right here, or this pin dropped itself into my lap one point. So I am now going to proudly wear it because I wasn't allowed in the doors.
Well, then I think it's worth it.
I also didn't almost make it into dessert that night. So literally fighting for my life.
There was dessert that night?
Dang.
Yeah.
You got in and JDZ didn't get in?
I didn't get in.
Wait, how did you
Well, she paid for it.
Yeah.
She paid for it.
And they almost still didn't
we could have added +1s in advance and paid for them.
Oh.
And so she was added very early.
I don't want to hash too much because this is old news. We're bringing up that's old stuff. I don't want to hash. I don't want to bring up any kind of old things.
I found out that Color was able to get in, but
I actually asked a question. I was like, hey, if I could pay my own way to get in, will you guys let me in? I literally, and they said no.
Yeah,
they said no.
Law was allowed in.
They said no, so
they did not let in.
It's okay.
That's amazing.
It's okay. I hope. You know what? I hope that golden ticket make the chocolate taste terrible, dude. How about that?
That was amazing.
I cannot believe it. That Cody's like, I just asked.
Get it out of here.
And JDZ's
like,
can
so
I please?
They had little puff pastry things with a cookie and everything, and it was all Dole Whip.
What a 1%er over here.
So good. I don't care. Yeah,
she's
some
just
of the stuff was super good.
No. Because I didn't get even everybody else got let in, and there was people that were like, oh yeah, I was in the viewing area. I'm like, they wouldn't even let me into that, but I was like, I got into dessert. I did.
Smart.
I was there.
They didn't let you into the viewing area. You weren't stealthy enough.
Yeah, because apparently you stood there long enough.
If you just stood there long enough, you just kind of they're like, oh, you belong here, and you're like, correct. Yeah, no.
Yes.
You probably could have stolen my wife's guest badge had you asked.
I just make too much.
I never saw you on those days. I expected to bump into you two. But no, you had to have a fun day at the park, enjoying your vacation or something.
It was nice.
And I must say a story about Color's Law. I did see them walking around the Magic Kingdom around Tomorrowland. Colors Law and Zinulus walking there, and they looked like they were rock stars. Like they just did not. They looked too cool to be in Disney World.
You
All
mean
black,
like
too.
the
In
exact
summer
lack of
That's how you
color
know they're a
anywhere?
TCG
They're
player.
emo.
They were
TCG
all
100%.
black. They had the hair going, the coolness. I was like, man, you guys are too cool to be here. I had my my Crocs on.
So
You
there's
had your
like-
Crocs in your fanny pack.
Okay, because like Zenulus and I are both like transparent, so like the sun is our enemy, and we're like it's in
So
Florida.
black,
we're in, yeah,
naturally.
but like that's my entire wardrobe, and like him too. So we were like, well, what are we gonna do? And we were like, oh, we found like a UV umbrella at one of the stores in Disney Springs. So he was like, oh yeah, let's get this. I'm like, oh my god, genius. So we're walking around. I didn't realize. Yeah, I guess we're both wearing all black, and then we're walking around with a black umbrella.
And no kid, like there are no kids
just
around too, so they're just like kind of mob squatting through Disney
Well,
World, looking
mobbing
looking
all
like
of
You
looking
know,
like punk rock vampires basically. And I'm like, man,
There's-
these guys
there's
are so
one
damn
thing.
cool. I can't believe I know them. And I walk up to them, basically asking for an autograph at this point. Like, man,
Yeah.
hey guys, I know them. And they're like, oh, get away from me, loser. And then just kept
No,
going.
we took
Next
us
one.
because he was
mean-
like, we're gonna go meet Chip and Dale, and we were like, we're gonna go ride Tron, and he's like, no, come meet Chip and Dale. I'm like, but like Tron.
Well, you have to ride Tron over and over again because you guys are like cyberpunk. You're like, hey, we can only ride Tron. Actually, we actually
work here,
are
yeah.
built to ride
We work
Tron.
here, yeah,
We can't ride at the small world in this outfit.
Yeah.
Actually,
well,
Oh,
one way they could
also
look
love-
better is if they had a top hat. That is,
Well,
that
he
is
did-
one way to do it.
Yes,
True that.
and
I mean,
top hats
not
are in.
everyone has a top hat, but you know,
Yeah,
our boy
you
Fumbles
too
here
can
has a
have
top hat.
a top hat.
Hey,
J-Bombs.
let's see the players.
yeah.
Let's get to know the
J-Bombs,
players.
tell us all about what you see here. We haven't heard from you. Welcome. You were at Worlds, but you're humble. You're humble. You're not wearing a blaze. You're not wearing a pin. You're just like,
He
yeah, I
left
was
before
there.
Worlds started.
What?
Yeah, I left the day
Okay.
before
I
Worlds
don't
because
like
it was
anyone.
my wife's birthday.
This is a panel where everybody had a great time except me, and I love that. Anyway, but you have to go to like the cool house. I saw a video of World Class Conscious. Like, hey everybody,
Yeah.
welcome to the MTV Cribs. This is our
Yeah.
house. This is the
Yes.
DKP,
Yeah.
this is the DKP corner. We won't let
TCG
him out.
Cribs.
It'll pay off later. But anyway,
Uh.
Fumbles. Who are we looking at here? Fumbles is not. Sorry, J Bombs. I spoiled it. His name's Fumbles. I'm
Who
sorry.
are we
everyone.
looking at? It's Fumbles, but tell us about Fumbles.
Yeah.
Fumbles, great guy, great player,
Amazing.
local legend, as it says there. He's won multiple set champs, and he always sits up straight and refuses to lounge.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a
some people
shot.
like the lounge, and some
That's a
people like
gunshot
to
there.
prick up
Some
straight.
people
Yeah.
sitter uppers. Yeah, Fumbles is like one of my, like I said, I think he's like my second favorite Lorcana player, depending on the
He's-
day. He is
He's
one
Whoa.
of
like he's a
Like-
killer, but he's like so relaxed. Like watching
There's
that heist video.
4 other Lorcana players in here, and you're coming out saying he's your
Yeah.
second
Wait,
favorite.
4 other. Wait.
Wait.
Okay, good. I was thought you were like, there's 3. I was like, good. I had to make sure. I play.
Yeah,
You're working really hard.
I play Lorcana.
I'm
Yes.
grinding.
I
He
will
is-
say, I've never seen a Lorcana player that is more photogenic with cheeseburgers in his mouth than
He-
Fumbles is.
Last
That
minute,
was
he told me to
a-
change it.
Oh.
And
Oh.
there's
Yeah.
another person in this photo, by the way. Oh, well, look at this. JDC, who do you
My
see?
other second
Oh,
favorite Lorcana player.
Well, now this is one of my favorite Lorcana players. Very handsome, very thuggish, ruggish, I would say. Mr. Justin Crum, aka Justin Shadows, not to be confused with Jack Shadows.
Retired.
is he Jack Shadow?
Cancel.
Is
Ju-
it? Has it
I'm
not
sorry,
confused?
I
They're
always
literally the
get
same
confused
person.
When these
Don't get
players
confused because they are the same person.
they are the same. There you go.
They
There
are
you go.
meme masters.
Phenomenal player. Although I haven't seen him get out and make a lot of noise here in Reign of Jafar yet.
I saw him
Okay.
making noise.
He was
Is he
on
making
my
noise?
show.
At
He was-
PPG, he was freaking
And-
stomping around like
and-
he owned the place.
Was he making noise though? Was he
I think
clapping
so.
people up?
Yeah, he was.
Okay,
He was literally
okay. I'll give
undefeated
him a
like on
pass.
Saturday for like quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
don't
then
you dare
especially
talk about
at
Okay.
Ink Ink, he did really well
Shadows
too.
that way.
But
All right,
Yeah.
we'll see him. I'll
He
be
did
able to see this
amazing.
Illumineer again at the Ink Ink Invitational or everything Ink Ink Open here in a few weeks. I know he's going to be there. Great player, great person. I'm
Great
excited to
hat.
see what this Illumineer is going to bring
Great
to
hat.
the tournament today. I mean, I know he can play a lot of spice. He also Blue Steel has kind of been on the decline here in the past few weeks, so maybe he's got a new deck that he's bringing out to this thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited.
Okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say on Saturday he was like team killing. I remember on. I literally sat down and I was like, he took out Pandemonium Heart, and I sat
Yeah.
down and I was like, "What are you? Where'd you get those packs? Where'd you get those packs, Justin?" He's like,
Oh.
I was like, "Did you take out a friend? Did you take a
Sweetest
friend
little
out of the
Canadian
I was
you've
like,
ever
"Are-
met?
Yeah, I was like, "Are those your blood packs?" And he was like, "Yes." I was like, "Was it worse?" And he goes, Yes.
What did it cost you?
Nothing. He got 4 packs out of it.
I think he actually got 19th at the event too.
I was gonna say he did very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Look at this last person. This is my favorite Lorcana player.
There you go.
Your second favorite Lorcana player?
Your second favorite.
Yeah. So this is a man who moves in darkness. It is Shadow. And he doesn't know what DLC stands for, and at this point, he's too afraid to ask. He's having an existential crisis because now he has to learn what CCQ stands for, and he once was a top 8 finisher of an 8-person set champ.
Let's go.
Man, the
second one caught me
legend.
off guard.
What a lineup. They put 2 of the same people in the same lineup at the same
Shadow
time.
people. This is called
Shadow people,
That's insane.
this is
Shadow crew.
Humbles and the Shadow people.
Yeah.
No
They got
Benadryl
shadows
needed.
and
They're
shadows
here.
in the same
Yeah.
lineup. So that's going to be
Oh,
very
man.
confusing for whoever's calling those rounds. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
That'll be
SLTC, if
fun.
you're in the chat, get loud, get rowdy, and put on your top hat.
Let's go.
You
But
have-
don't
I like
but
Lights
then
away.
everybody else sit up straight if you're lounging, because we're about to enter. Wow, you guys did. Actually not sitting up straight. I don't actually know how to do that.
You got a lounge for the loungers, right?
This is.
You gotta, yeah.
You,
they
it's
gotta
your
relax.
turn, Luke. Luke, who are we looking at here?
Oh,
It's
you're
you,
gonna
but,
make me
like, in a
read?
different universe. You know how. Uh
It's you, but fancier.
oh. This is where he's like, yeah, I know how to read for sure.
Luca Serrano, top 8 CCS, top 4 CCS, first place CCS, second top 128 DLCs, 2 times top 128 DLCs. I got confused with the CCSs. It threw off my brain. 4 times SCG top 8 finishes.
Wow, that's cooking.
There are a
No.
lot of C's in this game. It's okay, Luke. We're working through it.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
more C's every day.
you might recognize this player as a former Ohana player, poached by the loungers. They weren't lounging back on that.
Channel. You subscribe to Drama Facts.
Wow. I mean, let's hear it.
For the
I
Oh, is
mean,
that
let's go.
17?
He has my vote for best under 18 player.
What the
if there was
Oh,
like
yeah.
someone in chat said it. Jeez, Katie.
Wait,
don't
there is-
make-
I was gonna say, no, this is like, okay,
Like, we
I don't want to.
I don't know how many there
like,
are. There's only 3, and I'm not gonna feel like I don't want to rank a
think
child lower
there's-
than another one.
No, I want to say like
There's a
this
few
is
on
like,
Ink Thieves.
this is the Luca, right?
That
Like
there are.
he's
Yes.
the Ruby
Yeah.
Sapphire player.
I think
or
they're
Ruby
all
Amethyst
first
player.
The Reaper
Well,
Kid himself.
I was about to say
Reaper
like
Kid.
Yeah.
one of the first stories I ever heard about him was he got grounded and like wasn't allowed to go to a tournament.
I
And
heard
they're like,
about
you
that.
can't ground Luca. Like he's one of the best. Like that's
I mean,
crazy.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
like-
his dad is like a former Magic Grinder pro. So
Right, exactly. So you
it
like
runs
like,
in the
that's a
family, and
perfect-
like if anyone like, at least his dad understands what he grounded him from.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
a perfect punishment. Like I know exactly how I'm getting you. Like you must have like I'm like I don't even remember what he did. And then like at one point he was like in chat trying to tell everybody like different slang
grounded.
stuff, and I just
Hey,
like I had
just-
to peace out. I was like I
just so
can't
you
read any
know.
of this. It's just nonsense. I'm sorry.
If we're gonna be ranking good, Lorcana Kid would never get grounded. That man, his bed was made when he had an interview with the Illumineers. So I'm just saying, maybe he's rebellious, and so
I got to
but-
meet. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Ruby, which means
So-
he's here to burn down your dreams.
At PPG, someone was like, "Oh, this kid named I'm not gonna dox his name
Right.
was saying he knows you," and I'm like, I have no idea who that is. They
You're like
lied
I don't
to
know
you.
Yeah.
children. But,
And then later I
know
saw
this
the
kid.
Lorcana kid was there.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, someone said so and so. I was like, oh yeah, that's me. I was like, oh, I told him you were a liar.
Poor kid. His friend is the one with the long hair, and he had a PSA Elsa.
Yes, he was like,
Yeah.
my medallions are
Around his
reckless. Feels like a PSA Elsas hanging from my necklace.
Yes. Wow.
It's a rhyme
Very cool.
from
It's
Ludacris.
actually-
Oh, they also have
Oh.
Chris Anderson. I keep forgetting they got the Cran on their team, man. Sleeper agent. Very
I
talented
mean,
player.
they're
No,
lounging. You just
the
don't see them
loungers
Yeah.
are
because
kind
they're
of
relaxing.
stacked, man. Loungers are low key cracked. 10 top the pack 10K champion. That's first place for those of you who don't realize that. Top 64 DLC Chicago, top 32 DLC Las Vegas, 2 CCS Sunday event top 8s, and 22nd SCG Open Invitational MTG top 8. We're not going to talk about that one, but everything
You
else.
didn't say 22nd. That's 20.
Didn't he?
That's the
22.
amount
Like
of them he
22
has.
times.
That's not his
Yeah.
place.
22.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how many he's done it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
my
like,
bad.
A lot of
can't.
times.
Let me
Not
run that
23.
back. Let me
Yeah.
run that back. 22-time SCG Open
Yeah, you-
Invitational top 8.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Didn't he win a side event in Seattle? Like the DLC, he won it with the Treasure Planet map of Treasure Planet.
If
That's
it's
what
not
it was.
on the record, then it doesn't
It
exist.
needs to be on the record. That's my favorite one, though.
Okay.
That's funny because I remember they were like, some madman is playing Map of Treasure Planet, and I think he won. And they were like, oh wait, no, that's Crayon. I was like, oh yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, I love when it's like you find out that a spicy deck, you find out who's playing it. You're like, well, that's different, guys. That's not.
I get that.
That's not me driving the car.
I like some. I like a little bit of spice in my Lorcana.
But this person's not lounging. This person's sitting up.
It's very
straight.
He's
So,
That's a nice
J-Bombs,
suit.
who we dealing with here? Who is this dapper bird man?
We got Franz Borton here, better known as Traverse Tavern or Traverse Tavern.
I like that.
Traverse.
Ooh,
I had to go back to my Kingdom Hearts days.
I was like, no, I
read
read it as Traverse Town, like Traverse Town. I'm
yeah,
like, oh, Traverse Tavern.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he did have 2 DLC finishes with a top 64 at Fort Worth and a top 64 at Vegas. And then he was a DLC NA Continentals LCQ finalist, which means he lost in the 5th round. So 4-1, still very impressive. Got some good prizing out of that. Bird enthusiast, which I absolutely love as a bird enthusiast myself. A lot of people may not know. And but
Quick! What's your top 5 birds?
Name every bird.
You're a fake fan. Fake
You-
African gray, macaw.
Name every Diablo in order of release.
I don't know about Diablo as much, but I know real birds.
Fake fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fake fan.
Blue-footed booby penguin. Let's go.
Hey yo.
What the
Booby,
African
but-
woodcock?
Kiwi.
Hey yo.
Listen, American woodcock, but that's fine.
You could probably name 5 birds just on Lorcana decks
yeah.
alone.
Top 5 birds.
And he
Fake
actively thinks Diablo should be reprinted,
He actively thinks a
which
lot of
I
things, yeah?
disagree with.
I mean,
I don't. He added that to the card. I think to get that, he wants to get the people fired up.
I
as
know.
an owner of 4 foil Diablos, actually 8. I mean, I have 4 foil baby and 3 cost 1. I could see using
Well, there's
it
like
again.
83 Diablos.
If-
so it's, yeah.
I think if there's plenty of answers for it currently, and hopefully some get reprinted, and maybe we get more that aren't as oppressive. Like people need to play Baboom
Just
more.
go play
honestly.
Infinity. Leave us alone.
Yeah, thank you, Color.
I mean, I'll play both.
One more time for the
I
people
will
in the
play
back
Format.
who didn't
Yeah.
hear.
I mean,
Go
realistically,
play
Say that again
Infinity.
for everyone.
Get back,
I just
get back
want-
into heroic.
Get out of my life, okay? Get out of
I
my.
want
get out
post
of my car.
rotation to be a place that 6-drop
I want it to
Tinkerbell
be
is
a
good.
Wild West.
If 6-drop Tinkerbell is good in the format, I think the format will be good. And that's like the status quo or the limitus test.
Standard.
Yeah, love Big Tink.
Oh, she's the best card. Anyway, so that is now it's time we go around.
We're 6
the
over.
horn.
We
Oh,
got to
no,
make
the
them
Ditto-
predictions.
The Ditto came out.
All right.
So I'll go first. Listen. I think it's been an interesting meteoric situation because loungers, people are like, oh, there's 40,000 of them. They don't know their team name. It was like crazy, right? But then they said, guess what? We're serious. And then the other side, we have SLTC who said, I'm going to have fun. And then they were like, wait a minute. No, I'm serious. So it's like 2 teams that have gone through truly a journey. So I'm calling it SLTC 2-1 because I think the loungers, they're sitting up straight. I think that kid, he's been grounded and he can't go back. He can't go back to jail. So I think Luca's gonna win. But then sorry, and it's not personal. Listen, I have to do this. Otherwise, Luke won't let me back on the show unless I pick people. So 2-1 SLTC. JDC, what do you got?
Man, this is tough. This is tough because you guys know I'm SLTC. I love the SLTC crew. I think they've helped me
hard.
a lot in
We're
terms of
not
being
biased.
a player
Yeah.
and also being a broadcaster. Jack Shadow, Shadox, everybody on the squad, Fumbles. You know what I'm saying? I have some good laughs at Fumbles' expense. A lot of times he's in Benito. He's in there raging. And I wish we could stream.
I was like,
I wish we
bro,
could stream the Nito and I could just listen to Fumbles on Lorcanito all day and just plug it into my veins. I'll take it, okay? Because it just pumps me up. And I learned a lot from the SLTC. But I'm looking at this Lounger squad. They don't got Braden in the lineup. They got a lot. They got Traverse Tavern. I want to see what they can do. They got a lot of sideline to sideline speed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who to pick. I know who's going to take. It's going to be close. But just for the sake of this panel, I'm going to pick against the home team. I'm going with the Loungers. I think the Loungers going to get it done. They're going to come in with the upset, and they're going to take the home team SLTC down today. And it breaks my heart to say that. It breaks my heart to say that. But maybe they'll get motivated. But SLTC, you know, I'm picking the Loungers.
I mean, is this a caster's curse here? Like,
Oh yeah.
how have your last predictions been? Like, do you if you know you have the caster's curse, like, and you root for who you don't want to win?
If you say it, it's not true. Okay.
That's like your birthday wish.
If you say it, it won't come true.
I
There you
hope
go.
they both win. All right.
All right.
How about you?
We'll start with J-Bomb. Wait, no, Luke tries to get out of it. So no, J-Bomb, we're not going to go over there. We're going to do Luke because Luke's like, anyway, we have to start. Bye.
I was trying to. I was trying to sneak my way out.
3 and 1. We were just in 3, so and then like some
Color and
nonsense
J-Bomb will go, but we must get Luke on record.
I mean, I was hanging out with SLTC people all weekend, so I'm just going to have to root for them. The Reaper kid, he can try to ground his opposition, but, there's no one there to be reaped.
He's going to ground somebody else. He's like, guess what? You can't call your friends this weekend. Wait, so what was your final? What did you guess?
SLTC.
All the way 3-0?
The sweep.
Wow. All right. I love that. All right.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
All right, so I think SLT, if I'm not mistaken, is the higher seed, so they get to go first in the first match, and so I think that's going to play an important role in who's going to be a winner here. So I think they'll take that first victory and go up to a 1-0 lead, and then likely we'll take one of the other 2 victories after that. And so I'm going to say SLTC 2-1 based on math and analytics of that higher seed advantage.
Oh, don't you hide behind the math. That's rude.
I have to. I know both. I know both teams very well. I gotta hide behind the math.
Your feelings in there.
He didn't say what the answer was?
No, he said he was just hiding behind the math. He didn't get his feelings in it. I hate that for us.
Okay.
Oh no, my feelings are there. Math. I love math.
He's like, one thing I think math's
feelings
gonna
are
come
for the
out ahead tonight.
Yeah, mathematics is what always is going to go. All right.
All right. Well, we got a lot of people in the chat, so Color, don't get this wrong, because people they'll stop being Color is canceled if you get this wrong. Who do you
That's crazy. I'm wrong all the time, so if this is the hill you guys people want to die on,
that'd be pretty
that's
funny.
Fine. That's fine. Yeah, I know, right? Like really, like this one. Oh, geez. Okay. But let's see. Okay, so I think I want to go with SLTC because, like, I just, like I said, fumbles and Justin being my second favorite Lorcana players, like holding that spot. And also I know Shaddix is really, really good at this too.
My
but
second
also
favorite.
I think because of my anxiety, I think like the loungers are gonna get it.
Yeah, because I mean it's like
I think
look at
him.
him.
Like
that guy.
Cran is like absolutely stacked, and like Luca isn't grounded anymore. So even if he was grounded, he was probably like testing while being grounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm back and I'm ready. He's probably grounded like
taking advantage
a year
of
ago.
being
He's like,
grounded
what are
for
people
so
talking
long.
about? Yeah, exactly. He was like in there doing like a Rocky montage of push-ups next to his bed and like Lorcana cards. So I
reading
think
the cards and just being like, I have his cards. I don't have a cell phone anymore. I just have cards. So you're right.
Cards. So I
got out of the disclaimer, and now
I'm just going to interrupt us now because we are running far too late.
We're just having so much fun. We missed you.
I know. Well, you'll be able to chit chat later. We're going to be coming back in round 2 with J-Bomb and Katie, and then in round 3 with Color and Katie. And then round 1 will be me and JDZ. So you can wave goodbye to everyone else, and we're just going to cut on over.
Whoa, look at this new setup.
Fancy.
Look at the ICL,
yeah, we're good to
Luke.
go.
Oh my goodness. Shots up, man. This looks so
I did it on
pro.
stream the other day. Well, you should have heard the mean things that the rat said to me. He hurt my feelings, he made me cry, and he spoke nothing but the truth. So on stream the other day, we fancied it up, made it look a little bit better. It's good to know that you liked it.
This looks really nice. I like it a lot, man. Hopefully you guys out there like it a lot too, man, because we're taking this production to the next level here at the ICL, and we are back at it again. First match, Jack Shadows, Luca Serrano. This is going to be an absolute knockdown, drag out. Luke, what do you tell me about these players? What do you know? What do you know about their tendencies? What are you trying to see here in this round number 1?
If they could play anything they want, Jack Shadows would be playing set 6 or set 7 Kiwi Birds, and Luca would probably be trying to go for a set 3 or 4 Ruby Amethyst would be like the arrows they'd want. I don't know how they would play against each other, but like they would want their opponents to be playing the same era of cards as well, I think. But
that'd be a fun tournament. We should do that sometime. Like you pick a round and one person picks like, hey, we want to play this set. And where one person plays, we're playing this set. You got to make decks according, like a triple deck band kind of thing. No bands, triple deck format.
I think I have the wrong name up.
Okay, yeah. See, you got it. That's so funny. I hope you did that. I hope you did that as a joke. I really hope you did that. I
did not. I had spoilers for round. I just had the round names swapped around. All right. Well, Shaddox here. Well, he kind of plays everything, I feel like.
Yeah, he does. He has a nice deep bag. AO, no pause. He can play. He can get out there and mix it up. He's got a lot of different strengths. I know I've seen him on a little bit of Ruby and Ruby and Sapphire for a while. I'm having some technical. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm having some.
I did see you glitch for a second there, but I think we're okay. Going.
All right,
I'm never going to hear down the fact that I had the wrong name for him up. I should have said it was on purpose. I really should have just been like, yes, I'm funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is hilarious. And we got the Fred. Oh my goodness. So what do you think about this Fred? We're starting, maybe got a little bit of aggro. I haven't seen the deck list yet. I don't know if I can get a copy of those round 1 deck list. So I like to look at them.
You want to know what they're playing.
Oh, you sent it? Okay, I'll check it out. All right,
Fred
Katie,
here.
I don't believe
the
it.
beatdown,
okay.
And then a turn 1 bell is one way to answer this Fred pretty easily here.
All right. Cool. Man, I'm trying to get this thing to pop out. I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. All right, so looks like we're gonna. Is he playing the DKP special here? Coming out on the play, just leading the charge with the Emerald and Amber.
If you're playing Bell, Bell, I do not think you're on the DKP special.
No. I'm talking Shadox here when the aggro.
Aggro
Emerald Amber deck, which I think Bell is a great counter to that because Bell can come in and challenge advantage to Fred. Go ahead and bring out the Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. So you have a little bit of items over there. I haven't seen the other color yet coming in from Luca, but Shadox got the Pooh Piglet Pirate standing alone and unafraid. Board's looking quite feeble. Hands looking.
Do we have the lady action time? Like lady into a bodyguard would be absurd right here.
That would be strong. We got the freaking Jetsam is going down.
This does look like DKP's list. He's just like, I'm going to play all the ward guys. Let's go.
And just get them down in quest. I thought that deck was super impressive on the play. And just like J-Bomb mentioned in the early game show, was like, hey, be on the play, go first. You set the lineup, you just get out and win your first match. I think that's a huge emphasis on that. So why not? This is a perfect deck to do it. But right now you're kind of falling behind. That turn 1 bell slowed down everything you're trying to do, as Prince Philip is going to hit the field of play as well.
Really unfortunate not to have that there. I'm kind of surprised that Shadox quested with that Fred. I agree. Have the two things, which makes me think that he either has a couple 2-drops in hand or at least a 1-drop and just was expecting to draw a 1-drop or 2-drop and just didn't.
I don't know. Was that one lore worth it? Maybe it comes down to the point where he gets like a 19 to 20 win or something like that, and that one little lore you got from challenging that Fred kind of comes up.
I would argue that he lost lore because of it. He lost 2 lore, right? He got that 1 lore, but then he didn't get a quest for 3 the next turn, and he still would have gained the lore by waiting a turn.
Absolutely.
So I think it was probably a calculated risk that he had like an 80% chance to draw a 1 or 2 drop off the top, and he just didn't.
Okay. Might tell a story about the contents of the hand a little bit as Luca is doing everything they want to do. Got the Fishbone Quill up and active. Oswald's going to miss. You do have that Bell. It's going to be able to be healed with the Popsicle in the event that you need to. But I'm pretty sure you're feeling pretty confident with this Bell just standing up right now.
I'm kind of scared here, honestly, if I'm Shadox. The Fishbone Quill means next turn we get a 6-drop, and then the next turn after that is Sisu turn. And we're only at 3 lore right now. We're going to go up to 5, maybe 6, depending if we have like a Donald.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Donald.
I'm looking at the deck list right now. I think this might not even be a Sisu might not even be an availability just based on I haven't gone through the nuts and bolts. Going through the nuts and bolts yet. We haven't seen it, as we are going to get a nice little chunky quest. And there's that bodyguard you're talking about, Luke. We got the Donald Duck is up and active. Poop Piglet's going to be able to quest for free, and then Curse Mofo comes down. So this is kind of looking a little bit better for Shadox now.
So I'm assuming we had that Curse Merfolk in our hand. We had the Donald Duck. We probably have another 3-drop, maybe. We inked the Sven, so our hand was like Sven, 3-drop, Cursed Merfolk. And then we drew another 3-drop. So my guess is that last card in hand is either a Sven or another 3-drop.
And it's getting to the point where Luca is getting to a spot where he's kind of starting to run out of cards. You haven't really established any way to gain new cards. You're going to try to keep inking twice per turn. And if this Oswald misses a few more times, then you got no Tamatoa. You think he's got Tamatoa in hand already?
Yeah.
I can't quite tell. We can see his hand a little bit, so we might want to hold that back. Whatever we can see, his opponent will be able to see. Thinking about it long and hard. Ayo. Man. Lost. Think about it long and hard. Sorry. I can't get those jokes off.
How did you get to cast on Worlds?
I didn't say it. I never put myself in a spot. I worked really hard, okay, to not be in those types of spots.
He's like, we hit the dream. We can lose the filter.
No, there's no filter. I mean, I can say think about it long and hard there. Just don't say AO. But I know someone's gonna AO me there if I were to.
Then let them be. These are vision slabs, right?
No, those are assigned to contracts. That's one where if your opponent sings a song, you gain a lore, I believe.
So you don't need to worry about Sisu. You need to be worrying about Under the Sea.
Yeah, big time. As the Kit Clout kicker, he's going to be well enough to go ahead and bounce probably that Cursed Merfolk back to hand. Something had to go back to hand. What went back to hand with that Kit Clout kicker there?
The Donald.
Ah, okay. He bounced his own stuff. There you go. And there is your draw engine as the Morris Workshop hits the field of play. And this is really looking super problematic for Shadows now.
To allow the Oswald to survive even.
Yeah, this is looking
9 lore is not where we want to be here.
Not on a play. He came out of the gate rather slow, like you stated earlier, especially with that Fred quest.
I mean, I think if his deck had just given him one of the 1,000 1 or 2 drops, he would have been fine. He'd be at 12 right now, able to go up to 14, play a couple characters, and as long as Luca isn't just like ink Under the Sea. But I don't know how many cards are in Luca's hand, if he has any.
Yeah.
That's
so we're hanging on. Yeah, I think he still has some card. I think he does have a hand. No, he's top decking. There's no cards in hand. So you need to start getting some items there for Luca, or there could be a potential
he has a workshop
turn
in play. Oh my goodness, that is good for him.
That's a great card.
There's one card, drawing a second card.
And you get the hidden ink caster off the top, drawing, replacing itself, workshop trigger. So that goes from 0 to 1, or 2 cards in hand now. Another Oswald. Now you can go ahead and continue to ramp. Let's see if this thing can hit twice. Thoughts? Get your guesses in now, Luke. Get him in before he does it.
Miss.
Is he going to hit?
Dime.
Double Ursula, which is not bad, actually, in this matchup. Ursula's not going to be doing too terribly much for you.
Yeah, but even with the shrink, all he gets to do is take out Donald. 2 cards left in hand, no Under the Sea guaranteed. If we're drawing cards to get to Under the Sea, we can't play it. We can't sing it. We're 1 short. Depending on what 3 cards Shadow's here, he could just play another. He could quest, play Sven, and then another 1-drop and have Lorthel in play with very few outs for Luca. That said, Luca has some insane capabilities that he could do as well. He might top deck a terrible card, just ink it and get super lucky, and then draw a couple cards, draw into, say, another kit to do things.
In this matchup, I think if I'm Shadox, man, this matchup is one that I would definitely want to have on the play. I'm sure he wants this start back again. He wants to start this thing back over and try it again because it just didn't work out for you this time. Typical, what do you think about this matchup though? This super aggro deck versus this hyper control blue-green Gleam Machine deck.
On cards like Under the Sea at opportune times. Right now, I think this game could go either way, but leaning probably heavier for Shadox.
Okay.
He does not he still couldn't play Under the Sea this turn, which means that Shadox gets to go to 19 and have 1 readied character. And so he has to spend this turn drawing as many cards as he can to find the Under the Sea to sing it next turn, or to find a kit to bounce this piglet to then buy another turn. Because a kit on the piglet makes it that he's only going to 16, and that gives him another like clear turn to be able to draw like the Under the Sea, as we were saying. And he is drawing a lot of cards a turn at this point. It's anyone's game.
And we did see that Scrooge get deployed, so he could have potentially sent a lot of these out to the bottom of the deck as well. So that is a possibility. And we also could potentially we could also be seeing some of the Radigan's Marvelous Trap. We saw that card come into great effect throughout the World Championship and in other times when people have been playing this deck. So there's a Galactic Communicator that can kind of slow down a little bit.
Does it have to exert to use?
It does have to exert. And we're continuing to miss with the Oswald. So this game might just be cooked. I think Shaddox is going to get it done.
It does not have to exert. It just says pay 1, banish it.
Oh, does it? Oh, wow. Yeah. So that will slow down a little bit. You can go ahead and get that. He does have the ink available. Let's go ahead and get that Galactic Communicator communicating and bounce the Pooh Piglet Pirate at least back to the hand and save yourself 3 lore.
He does have to discard a card to
I believe he's still top decking right now.
The thing, well, he has 1 card in his hand, so he needs to either play it or discard it.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I think. Let's see if he catches the Galactic Communication right now. I'm pretty sure you're at a kind of a turn in the road, a fork in the road, if you will. I think it's time to go and deploy it. Get that
another Tamatoa, brutal for Luca. It's like that's 2 in a row he needs, but he had to ink 1 and then discard 1. He had to ink the 1 as well because of the power of the the merfolk.
How many cards are in Shadow's hand right now?
Not bad. 0.
Yeah, I think I got to communicate. You got to communicate, and we are touching it. We're thinking about it. Just running the numbers. I like the hand jets. What do you think about those hand movements coming in from Luca? I haven't seen those type of jets before. And here we are. We're sending it. There it is.
Why'd we pay so much ink to do that?
We bounced.
It only costs 1 to activate it.
I think he bounced his own kit and redeployed the kit instead of, and then he used the kit to send. So he got a lore out of the deal. So he was able to quest the kit, bounce the kit, send the kit. I think that's what he went for. You had the ink available, you weren't using it, so that's a heads up play. I like it.
I don't think it really mattered, honestly. Like, because he could have communicated the other character and quested. It just let his kit stay ready.
Stay ready,
which could randomly matter, but I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
It looked cool. I like some 360 no scope off the backboard type plays. You know, just doing cool stuff sometimes, even though it might be a bit unnecessary. I like it. Sign me up. Give me more.
We have to bounce an Oswald here. Yeah, he's like, come on, kid away.
And Kit will enter into the field of play. Probably going to send one of those Lucky Rabbits back to the hand as suspected. And then we're going to send this Prince Philip on a quest for 2. So eking for it. I think you have lethal damage in play. This is going to be on Luca. Do you have the Radigan's Marvelous Trap? Do you have something cool off the top? I think that'd be a great draw right now. Radigan's Marvelous Trap. It'd be decent. And you don't, it seems. Probably slam it there almost instantly.
I mean, I think he's thinking still. I mean, the Radigan's Trap, yeah, you slam it down, you pay 1, you draw a card.
For sure.
It's an item. Is another Inkcaster. Oh, well, we knew about that.
We knew about the Oswald.
Oh, we're inking. It's a bell. Trash draw. Here we go. The first flip. Is it dime? Is it lucky dime? Get it in play for free. Draw a card. Workshop, the best you could have. Workshop. Oh, a whiff with a visions. Flip over 1 more. That is an item.
It's a trap.
And not even an item. It's a trap.
Let's go.
That's 1 extra turn.
What a flip. It's the Radigan's Marvelous Trap. And
to Inkcaster, we are rich.
And that's 2 draws. I think you have that Fishbone Quill. You can ink again if you want it. There you go, and we will do so. We get 2 more rips on the handle of the coin machine, of the lottery machine. Send the
He's
coil
inking
down.
A coil here, so
That's
he must have another item in hand to not care about it. The double chance is better. Yeah, that's
I think he just likes to gamble. I think once you start gambling, you just don't stop. And we will get another draw in with the Maurice's Workshop. So this game is actually getting it's not over. I thought it would be a little bit finished now, as the Kid Cloud Kicker is poised and positioned to clear this Prince Philip. And just like that, Pooh Piglet Pirate will not be able to get its full value 3 unless we get another character off the top. We can't trigger this Dragon's Marvelous Trap. I think you pretty much have to, just in case, Wendy Darling or something like that come off top of the deck, or another Donald. And we will do so. You don't have to pay a main cost for that either. Double trap? Was there a second one? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he just played it.
Oh my goodness, that's brutal.
I think that might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. And now you're free and clear to just go ahead and get a nice little quest in for 3. And this is really scary. When this deck is able to just gain lore without the combination pieces, no Tamatoa, no Dime, now you know you're in trouble, man. So yeah, this is looking pretty poor for Shadox, who is top decking. I think you just got to keep continuing to try to
I think
play
this
characters more
game
and race.
Came down to that turn with the Fred.
You think so?
Like, had he drawn the 2-drop or the 1-drop to be able to double card, I think he could have won. Or if he had been patient, he might have. But that's still kind of rough.
And he's got another item in hand, too. He's got the Hidden Inkcaster in hand. So we're going to cycle another 2 draws as well, as we're going to get a quest in for 4. Putting Lorthal damage back in place. So you are going to put your opponent on gotta have more Radigans here, or at least clear these 2 characters.
I mean, we have to assume that he has things, but he has an answer to the characters exerted, so he can only go to 17. So at this point, like, Luca is very solidly in control of this game.
Yeah.
I would be greatly surprised if Luca did not win from this spot.
For sure. But I mean, we've seen crazier things happen here at the ICL. You never say never. You never say die. You always say go next. You never know. Anything can happen. But we kind of can figure out what's going down here. As we got another item, we're continuing to cycle, continuing to draw, continuing to ink. We are going to ink the Kit Cloud Kicker, which is interesting indeed. I guess you just had to trigger. Yeah, had to trigger. Continue to draw. Looking for some more options. We got a bunch of and another, what is that? Another trap. Holy moly, that's over now. It's definitely over now. As we get another Sapphire Coil in the mix as well. So yeah, this is looking pretty cooked. As Shadox is seeing his fate seeing the window slowly starting to close. Bunch of items on board. Just waiting for that Tamatoa to come on down as well. I don't think there's a reasonable way for this deck to clear a Tamatoa. That's triple Oswald on board as well. We got 3 triggers. I'm scooping here from Shadox to save a little bit of time. Honestly,
I mean, at this point, he's like, go off.
Yeah, pop off.
Under the sea.
And we hit the popsicle for another draw, too. Oof.
Draw.
You got another workshop trigger.
Many. I'm surprised he's only hit 1 workshop, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, this is brutality. Yo, this deck is kind of heat, man. I don't like it. Set champs coming up.
These item decks just go off when they're winning. It's like over, right? And the Radigan's traps like definitely did their job here.
They win hard, but looking at this board, well, you get popped off. Maybe he might forget that he's got the Radigan trap sitting over there, and we get a go-go.
I doubt it.
Will go-go get it done? Go-go would never get it done, right?
No. I mean,
he's got the Scrooge
if
with 3,
he doesn't activate the trap.
If he doesn't activate the trap, he doesn't heal, and he gets go-go'd. He deserves to lose, I guess.
I mean, he
at this point.
That'd be the only way.
Dang. This is brutal. I'm scooping. I'm out of here, man. We popped the popsicle. Okay.
No, we didn't. We
popped the
bell.
bell. That's what I'm saying. You're getting close. Maybe it's a lot of items over there. Maybe you might forget. There's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. No, he's about to chin this Scrooge in to combat. Never mind.
But they got shrank. Oh, but the Radigan's trap. He didn't forget the trap. That was one of the parts he needed he needed to forget that, and we needed to draw go-go, and he needed to not heal.
Yeah, never mind. Is there? Nope. There's no John. You can get You can't go John and Go at the same time, or Prince Wendy Darling, whatever her name is, Wendy or Wendy Deer, Darling Deer, not Wendy Deer. What am I talking about? Yo, this deck is heat, man. This deck is heat. Yeah, I mean, I could have played this deck yesterday. Yeah, I could have played this deck yesterday, but I would have had a freaking aneurysm trying to play this deck. My brain is not built for it, Luke. I'm not trying to sit here and dilly-dally for 45 minutes. I'm not trying to flim-flam and do all this and do all that.
It's so fun, though, when it works.
When it works, man. But when it doesn't, you're just getting... When you look at your hand and you alter 5 and you draw 5, and you got 15 Radigan's Marvelous Traps in your hand and hidden Inkcasters, you're like, bro, I'm not doing anything. And you just get your face beat in, and you got this Oswald sitting up on the board, up and active, just missing constantly. I don't want to play that kind of game. Hate to see it.
Let's see if Shadox can have a little bit more impactful of a 1-drop this game.
Yeah.
Like, if that was a Daisy, this game would have been over.
For sure. A nice Daisy. I think you got to have those ridiculous Daisy, Piglet, Lady Daisy kind of bodyguard things. I want to see the obnoxious. We saw Luca come in and do the obnoxious thing that his deck is designed to do. I'd like to see if Shadox can come in and do the obnoxious thing that this deck is designed to do, because it can do some very repulsive things. Let me pull up the deck list again so we can I can paint a better picture of what these Illumineros are trying to get done today.
Illuminados.
Illumineros. I've been shopping that around. I probably shouldn't say that. I'm probably gonna get cooked. I cannot say Illumineros, Illumininos, Illuma.
I don't even know what you're trying to do.
I don't know. Illumineros is like just Illumineer, but like, I don't know, like a male version of Illumineer, because I know they're... You know. Am I canceled?
I actually think had Shadox played the Pegasus and inked the Fred, he would have won that game. I think he would have gotten over 3 lore off of that Pegasus, which is crazy to think. But
did he ink Pegasus for Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
And normally, Fred gained 3 lore, right? And
right.
Shadox is just in this game. He's like, if all my cards gain 3 lore, I play 7 cards, I win.
Wow. I never thought about it that way. That's pretty good. Dang. That's pretty damn good. Seven cards
have to all do that. All of your cards have to at least average 3 lore. Good luck.
It could happen. I believe in miracles, okay? This is a deck like this did have a nice presentation at the World Championship. Shout out to DKP again, our new current and reigning World Champion. Got it done.
Champion!
With a very similar deck in the lineup, and it would come out, hit the gas pedal, he was just stomping people. Like, complete obliteration. It just seemed repulsive that what this deck could do on the play. But Shadox came out, like you said, you stumble one time, and you're right in the blender there. You're right in the blender, feet first, getting chopped
feet
up.
First in the blender. Not where you want to be.
That's not where you want to be. Nobody ever wants to be in the blender, feet first, or head first, or anybody, any position. I would say. I mean, we've all been in the blender, but it's reluctantly. You don't go volunteer to jump into the blender. I don't know. I'm sure Shadox wouldn't want to be in spin cycle there, but maybe he could throw Luca in the blender. We'll see what happens here in game number 2 as Shadox gonna be on the play again. And if you guys are out there enjoying the ICCCCL, go ahead and let us be known in the comment section. Who you think is gonna win? Make some noise, man. We're back. The ICL is back. It feels like we're sleepwalking still.
Yeah, it's weird not streaming for. See, inking Fred, play Pegasus, play Daisy, way better. Fred, getting that ink well. You don't belong out here. You're going to get bounced or under the seed. We don't care about that. We want a Daisy. Does Luca have the bell? A nice... does not have the counter to the Daisy.
Ooh, this might be a different game. It looks like Luca is kind of warming up. I see Puree Cycle is getting on.
We've got... Wow! All the 1-drops Shadox wished he had in game 1. But I think this game is probably going to be a quick one.
But we did see that there was a character that was hit off of the Daisy trigger.
Which was
Typically in his deck, you're missing a lot. It was a Scrooge McDuck. He might be a bit too slow in this situation as the questing power is starting to expand.
Yeah, we need a character. And then next turn we need a kit.
Character and a kit. And the Oswald is going to be all you get there. Dang.
And
Unfortunately, he's going to have to swing.
Yeah, I guess Oswald gets to take out the merfolk. But if, say, a Donald comes down in defense mode?
In defense mode. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What you know about defense mode, Luke? Who told you that? Who's been training you, man? Who told you about defense mode?
I've at least heard of Yu-Gi-Oh before.
Okay. Who told you about defense mode, man? That's wild. We should get defense mode in Lorcana. That'd be good.
Oh, and speaking of defense mode, there we go.
That's humongous. That Baloo is gigantic, man. Oh my goodness. All right, so Shadok is doing the most redunculous thing that his deck can do. As you can see, this, and we got the lucky diamond play though.
Whee!
I ain't heard no bell. Literally no bell. As we're gonna bounce the Baloo. Okay.
That's
and
why we wanted
got to
Donald
engage in
for that
combat
one
there.
extra.
I think you got to swing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But 8 lore, going up to 12 with the Baloo coming back down. We're going to need bounce a few times. But we're at 5 here. If we can get a Scrooge in play, then we're in Under the Sea realm.
And you're going to need it. You're going to have to turbo out this Under the Sea in order to stop this ruthless aggression coming in from Shadox, who, as you said, has the Baloo already in hand. Daisy's going to get a quest in. Let's see it. And it hits
again. A bell.
Oh, my goodness. You talk about some unfortunate Daisy triggers here. That's huge. That's huge.
All right. So if we have bounce, that still gives us a singer. We can bounce and then take out a Lilo. And then the crack back is to 16 with a Blue that also gets Under the Sea. So if there's an Under the Sea, there is a world Luca wins this game.
If he's got it. But you need, I think you can even go Scrooge right here. Are you just dead next turn? Are you cooked next turn? Oh, there's the bounce. Look at this. I ain't heard no bell. That's crazy. That's crazy. The Kit Clown kicker. I mean, and now you can send Kit into the Lilo as well.
Luca still needs to have the Under the Sea, but
and we do have the bell out for free. You do not have the ink left to exert your lucky dime for any residual lore. Daisy's ready again.
I don't think he needs the dime activation right now. He's either going to fully control the game here or lose.
He's fighting for his life.
He might need to pump the gas here or just have an answer every turn. He doesn't really have the ability to constantly draw cards. He has some fun interactions with Oswald, but that Oswald needs to hit a workshop right away or play a workshop from hand and then ink to keep in this game. Like playing workshop from hand, inking and singing Under the Sea would be quite impressive.
That'll be a crazy tight line if he's got it, but Shadox is looking kind of slow to move here, thinking about how to best cost this situation. Yeah, Undersea will be a backbreaker. You know they always have it. You know he's got it, but that'll still you'll be up at 16.
There we go. Where were you last 2 turns, Donald? Where were you? That's 2 missing lore.
Big Tamatoa. But we're not coming down in bodyguard mode. We're just going to come down in regular mode. What do you think about that, Luke? That decision?
Well, the bodyguard would get eaten by the bell. And then the other characters still get taken down. Full wipe. So at this point, you say, no, I want my 1 lore, so I'm going to wait a turn. And that's perfectly reasonable. Oh, that's a Singer 6. Maybe that's comboing to take out the Daisy, though.
Ink, the big Tamatoa. He's down. Let's see it. And we will reveal the trap is back again. Oh my goodness. The Radigus Marvelous
Trap
cannot
be good
down.
for Shadox to see, so that puts him down to 15.
Not like this. Not like this. But we still haven't ripped the Under the Sea yet. So that's a good sign.
Is that in your house, JDZ?
That's in my house. No, I think somebody's burning
Someone's-
my house down.
Well, go make sure your kitchen's not burning down.
No, it's my kids. They're probably burning a hot pocket or something. If I'm just in gold, I'm not leaving. My house can catch on fire, man. We're not turning off the ICL action. I'll be all right. They'll figure it out. My house is on fire, then it'll be okay. Sure, I'm a little concerned now, a little bit. No,
I would recommend not eating Hot Pockets. They're like 45% tree pulp.
Yeah, they're not hot. They're not eating hot pocket. That was I don't know. I just assume it was. There are no hot pockets in my house. Maybe it's a uncrusted.
They're burning popcorn.
They're burning something.
It smells like burning even.
I'm smelling the burn come down, but it's fine. It's fine. We're locked in. Let that happen. Okay, they got to figure it out.
He's
got to figure it
to
out.
like murder his children.
And so they got it figured out. I'm sure. As now we have a very long turn coming in from Luca. A lot of thought happening. 27 minutes left in the round. This is game number 2. Luca's up. If he can win, he can walk off with the 2-0 victory over Shadox. Aggro deck against this hyper control deck. They thought they couldn't do it. Do you have the Under the Sea? Do you have it? I don't know. But I still think you're in a pretty okay spot with that Raggedest Marvel.
Doesn't even need the Under the Sea. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He can just challenge away the Daisy, trade the kit away, quest, be like, sure, you could challenge my thing if you don't want to, but we activate the trappings at 15. 2 cards in hand, probably still have an Under the Sea or other things to do. Luca's hand has to be fairly mid at this point, which seems unlikely after double visions, unless the first visions grabbed that visions, and we're just super digging for Under the Sea right now, which would be a very not terrible card to play. But realistically, it only saves you 1 lore, because you could challenge this stuff away anyways, and then Under the Sea next turn. So I wouldn't play the Under the Sea here, unless I had another one in hand.
Yeah, that's a great point, because Luca is kind of starting to slowly turn the corner, but you're still sitting at 0, and that's a long way to go. And every threat that Shadox makes for the next, for the remainder of the game, will potentially be in a game-ending type situation. As we are going to heal and challenge. Challenges are coming in. We're clearing both characters just like he said he would, putting the appropriate amount of damage on everybody involved, leaving Donald Duck alone, up and active. Pop the trap.
That kit is gone, correct?
No, he did hit the popsicle to heal.
He healed it first.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, taking the popsicle there is pretty hot. And then he's like, you know what? You might challenge it. Crazy not activating the trap.
He did not spring the trap.
Is there somehow a punish? I don't think there's a way to gain 2 lore, though.
Double Donald. No. If you go Donald, he does no chance he can go Donald.
If there's a way he could banish his own blue, but there's not.
How many ink? Yeah, Donald is...
He's at 4.
He can't do it. Yeah, that's not enough. We'll play the Hera. Warded to Quester. Quest go to 18. He's definitely going to pop the trap this time. What if he just forgets the trap's there? It could happen.
I assume he has 2 items and a Scrooge, possibly. And he's going for max value.
Yeah, Hera's going to be there. She does have Ward.
I can't think of a card to allow him to... all right, so he could have played Donald and then Good Job. Imagine losing to Donald Good Job there.
And with the trap in play.
In play, yeah.
Because you know you're going to spring the trap anyway. You might as well just don't get cute and just do it. It's not going to get worse, right? Is there any reason why you
Darling Deer would have been pretty good too. I think DKP played that, right?
I cannot recall. I don't think so. I cannot recall. But I'm saying, like, you know you're going to play this. You're going to spring this trap. Might as well just spring it early, right? I mean... Is there something I'm missing?
We got to be using this. I feel like we have to be playing a Scrooge here. If not, then I think we just forgot about the trap.
Oh, that's the only thing you can think. Oh, it's Scrooge. Keeping your items ready for Scrooge. And there he is. He's probably coming too.
And that's why he didn't use the trap last turn.
Gotcha. So that does make a lot more sense now. That was a little bit of a slight gamble, but it pays off. as the Scrooge McDuck is going to enter play for free. We'll go ahead and get the hidden ink caster, representing a little bit more card draw. There's a coil in play. Excuse me, they Mari's Workshop.
Although,
as well.
if he just passes here and forgets, he loses. So there's a world that, yeah, but it's not this one. This wasn't the world the animator had a stroke.
But imagine, though, he would have to, he's kind of putting a lot of pressure on another 2 questing, another Hera or another Prince Philip. And just, you might
does Hera
be
have
on your
ward?
way.
It does have
Hera
ward.
has ward.
If he plays a ward 2 cost threat, like
yeah, Prince Philip or another Hera, or other what's it with a Jetsam or Floatsam or whatever his name is, you could be on your way. And
or that,
wow,
or that.
That's huge. Sven to the rescue, comes out and readies the Hera, pass back on over. So Luca's in a predicament.
So we need to play Coil, draw a card. Inkcaster, draw 2 cards. Then Coil, draw a card. Ink, shrink Sven.
Understand.
And play. I guess no, we needed to play the trap as well. So we're kind of in a rough spot here. We need a Radigan's trap. We can't get the trap out of our discard now, so we're gonna have to ink and hope to luck into it.
Like you said, if you do your line and find the shrink and the under the sea, you're back. You can if you got.
Well,
you
we
have
can't.
The Sapphire
Oh, Hera does get hit by the under the sea, so we just need to shrink under the sea.
Right. She's only a 1/3. No coil. We might be going to a game number 3. What a game. What a match. We'll pay 4. You got a trap?
That is a trap. That is a trap.
But it's not enough. Trap's not enough. You got two questions on the board.
It depends. He has the under the sea to go with the trap.
No chance. Oh,
he did.
My goodness. Oh, that's huge. That is a huge turn of events for Luca, who will not.
But if he has another Sven, he puts him in the same spot, kind of.
Yeah, Sven will get a
because he still doesn't. He doesn't have enough ink to be able to use the Tommy 6s with the traps. If Shadox gives Luca the turn to play that and get back 2 Radigan's traps, then I think Luca's gonna win.
And he does have the Galactic Communicator over there as well, but you will
as
have
well,
to shrink,
yeah.
You have to shrink the Sven in order to pull it off. But putting Sven back in hand actually might be kind of problematic.
Well, the Communicator is annoying if we only get to play 1 character, but most likely, if we're playing a character that communicator can bounce, we can do it twice. But we do have to be worried about Under the Sea here. We're questing away. Hopefully this preemptive quest means it's another Sven for Shadox. If he wants to win this game, I think that's one route to do it, because it requires a few things. Well, that's going to get communicated away most likely, but that is another 2-cost triple lore threat.
Man. So the pressure is back on. I love this game. Shadox is presenting the problem. Luca has to solve the problem every turn. From here on out, you already expired one of your Under the Sea. Can you get it done again? Can you pull off another miracle? The Magic Man, Luca, trying to get it done. Shadox is like, okay, this is the longest match I've ever played with this deck. And he gets to the coil. Luke, he got the coil.
Does he have another Under the Sea? How many cards are in his hand? He has a few, I feel like.
He is going to cycle a few more as Ursula's going to get a chance to quest. We're going to get another Oswald trigger. Hasn't missed a trigger yet. Boom. Hits the Fishbone Quill. Get another draw. Oh,
does he have the Under the Sea? He does have it.
No. Oh, I'm raging internally if I'm Shadox there.
And a trap to boot. Not only did he have double Under the Sea, but the triple trap. And that would be game. I
am tilting into the Spider-Verse as we'll go ahead and spring the trap as well, dropping Shadox back down to 16. Shadox has 1 card in hand. Can you present another 4-quest turn, 4-lore turn? Do you have it in you? Can you get it done?
Luca is showing exactly why I never play aggro decks.
Yeah.
All right, so this is once again Lorthal. We are forcing our opponent to have an Under the Sea. I guess they can still bounce. We haven't used the bounce yet, so that
we do have the Galactic Communicator is still over there, just waiting patiently.
So has 2 turns to do everything.
Man, what a crazy game. insane situation, man. If I'm Shadows, I'm tilting. I'm raging. I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me. Come on now.
Another Under the Sea.
Bruh.
And this game is over. Grab another Radigan's Trap because why not?
Yeah, game's done. I do feel bad for the Shadows, as we are going to get a chance to exert that lucky dime that we saw come in way early. You're able to stabilize the situation, get a huge lore burst in, quest for 1 billion, and Shadows is probably going to lose this in an 0-2 fashion here in round number 1. But Luca played lights out. Incredible display of how to execute this deck in a flawless manner, as we're going to scoop these cards up, both players rocking black sleeves. And wow, what a way to start this ICL back off after a long break. Loungers take game number 1.
Yeah, wow. Pretty intense there. We'll have you swap over to Discord here, and we'll join them.
Like it's good in this matchup, and like I had the board big enough, but it was like if I found the visions prior, I think
sounds like JDZ's house is burning down again.
Gentlemen, we got Luca, we got Shadows. What a match, man! After a long break of ICL action, you guys came back in and put on a show. Luca, your deck did exactly what it is designed to do. Shadows kind of came out of the gate storming, but just ran out of gas toward the end, and those Radigan's traps were just too much. But we'll start with you, Luca. First, we know you as playing a little bit of Ruby and Amethyst. You bypass that. You're on Emerald and Sapphire. I call it Bleen. People hate me for it, but I'm going to keep sending it. What made you bring this deck to the ICL today, and how has it been performing for you this meta?
So I've liked it a lot. I brought it to ICL because I was just like, I just assumed, like, we looked at like the earlier bracket and there wasn't much like anybody on aggro decks on Secret Lorcana. So I was like, oh, I'll just play this deck because I think I'm like favored into the format. Like your yellow steel aggro matchup is a little rough because Rhino's tough to deal with, but like you can generally just coil and then play a kit to get rid of it. But I was just hoping to play like more control decks because I think you're like really good into them with this deck. But I think you're just like very consistent into the field and you have like a game plan for everything. And I played it like a month ago because my buddy got rank 1 on ladder. He's first, second, and fourth on ladder on the site.
On the Forbidden app.
Okay.
Yeah. On the Forbidden app. So I started playing it and I really liked it.
Okay. We saw you mentioned that you said you weren't hoping to run into any aggro, and then you run into probably one of the most aggressive decks. Were you a little bit concerned there with that start, and what were you hoping for? I mean, it worked out about as perfect as it could for you. But what were you thinking when you saw that matchup, and what lines were you looking for in order to overcome that really aggressive deck that you played against?
So you definitely want Oswald on turn 2 because Oswald on turn 2 just like never gets banished by anything in their deck. So you can just like keep the train going after that. Like you're gonna hopefully get an item every turn. Like game 1, it was awful. I just found signed contracts and those are not good in the matchup. But like items are items. Like that's gonna come later in the game where I'm able to like play Scrooges for free and things like that.
Right.
You really want kit. Like my opening hand, game 2, I kept a Oswald and then I mulled into kit. And kit is like super good in this matchup because it lets you bounce the bodyguard and then like attack it or challenge into things. Which
those kits were insane.
Yeah. Also, Bell is really important in the matchup. Like game 1, I was able to play Bell, play kit, bounce the bodyguard, challenge into 2 things, and it just like put me in the driver's seat there. And I had Under the Sea sing ability afterwards, so just like you just want to see your rat traps, and then galactic communicators, just to like kind of clear up the board afterwards. If you have like this in Toa, you can just like coil, bounce your own Toa, and then get rat trap back, and just like kind of keep the game like long. That's just what this deck wants to do, is like stall to the late game.
And then when it gets into the late game, it's going to be very, very difficult to beat. Well, I hate to play this deck because I don't want to see this deck in any of my set champs or any of my local games, because that deck is just absolutely very, very difficult to beat, as Shadox was able to see that from this side. We're going to bring Shadox in now. And you were on the play. You came out. You had a very, very aggressive deck, but you couldn't get it done. I know you had to be feeling pretty comfortable in this matchup. Just talk to us about the deck that you brought. Why did you bring it? And what do you think went wrong, aside from what we saw on the screen with the under the seas and all of the rat traps?
Yeah, I just didn't get to go fast enough, pretty much. I did bring it because someone told me it would be good on the play, but evidently, it doesn't seem to work out all the time.
Your game one, you stumbled pretty hard. Did you have the Merfolk in your hand when you quested with the Fred and just wanted to draw 1 or 2 drop and didn't hit it, so you couldn't double character on that turn, I assume?
So the reason I thought about questing with Fred was because I thought it hitting or Bell hitting Fred would be the only value I'd get out of it for getting the maximum 3 lore from it, because I figured it would be bounced later on by either Kit or Muses or something else. I wasn't sure if there would be a challenge as well. And then I played the Piglet turn 2. And then also I was like hoping that he'd swing into Fred with the Bell, and then he'd have to hit the Donald afterwards, and then they just kind of trade there. But I think he healed it up somehow, or he had something else.
He
that,
bounced
right?
your bodyguard.
Yeah, I think I bounced it, and then I played a coil to like keep my Bell alive.
Oh yes, the coils. Yeah, that too.
We were saying that humorously, had you played the Pegasus, it might have actually gained more than 3 lore, or he would have had to bounce that. I'm pretty sure you inked a Pegasus on turn 1 instead of playing the Fred, but it was pretty unfortunate that you did not hit something to double character the Piglet there. But if you were trying to play a little slower, it'd make sense there. Are people talking and I can't hear? I see JDZ's mouth moving and I don't hear anything at all. Alright. So, hold on one second, JDZ. I can't hear anything, and my stream, I assume they can't hear as well. Discord is having some issues, it looks like. Can you at least hear me, chat? I've never seen Discord say no route before. Alright, we'll close that, close Discord down all the way, and we'll restart Discord. I can see JDZ's just like chit-chatting with them all, having a good time. What is going on? Well,
anything, Luke?
JD. Oh, there we go.
Did they even hear
How about
in the game?
All right, now we can hear. No, I was like, I said something about, oh, you had the Pegasus and the Fred, and then it was just quiet after that, and I was like, that's awkward. And so I kept talking, but I probably cut you off.
Did we hear any of the interview? All right, subscribe to the Disney Lorcana behind the scenes, and you guys can. Dang, man, that's some very insightful stuff that was said in that interview.
Yeah, I was like, I could hear you. I could hear you talking to them the whole time, but I could see you talking, but I couldn't hear them. All right, but they can hear now.
And it never happened.
All right, just play the whole game over. Let's start a whole thing over.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
No.
I guess we'll cut to any shout outs that either of you have then, since you might have done that before.
Yeah, go ahead, Luca.
So big shout out to Dragon's Horde in Greensboro, North Carolina. House of Cards in Winston-Salem. Big shout out to Lorcana Loungers for picking me up at like almost the closing of this season, so I was able to play. It was really nice of them. I'm really happy to be a part of the top 4 so far, and being able to win my match was good.
Nice. Number one. He has some really, really cool things to say about the Emerald and Sapphire strategy and his approach to that. You guys might have missed it, but still, it was a vibe. It was nice. Congratulations to you, Luca, on your win. But we're kicking on over to you, Shadox. It didn't work out for you this time, okay? But I know what you can do, and I want to see more of you in the ICL if you can continue on. But anything you want to say, any shout outs you need to give before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, shout out to SLTC, of course.
Let's go.
Shout out to you guys. And shout out to Canada for not being an NA. So, yep.
Dang. Guns up to Canada not being in NA. That's insane. It hurts, man. It hurts, man. All right. We're gonna heal, okay? We're gonna heal. All right. But gentlemen, we'll go ahead and let you guys go so you can go ahead and start cheering on your respective organizations. We got more ICL coming up. Don't touch that dial. Some great things are happening. Luke, I'm jumping back into the booth. I'm going to mute myself here, and I'm jumping back into the VDO, man. So I will see you guys there. Again, congratulations to you, Luca. Stop being so bad, man. I mean, that's just
hard, man.
All right, lock in. Wake up, dude. Okay. All right.
Good games, man.
GG's.
All right, let's see if JDZ
Boom, I'm here.
himself. There he goes.
There he is. I'm back now. It takes me a little time to get that transition figured out. But okay, Luke, we got it. I think the ICL rhythm is starting to reflow. Huh? What do you think? How are you feeling?
It's doing good.
Okay.
So we have just a little bit longer for Katie to eat her pizza. So in that amount of time, I'm gonna hop it over to J-Bomb and JDZ, and I'm gonna let them chit chat.
Okay.
So I can make my own dinner. Bye.
Okay. And I'll just leave as well and leave J-Bomb here along so I can also go make my own dinner. We're just gonna keep everyone's gonna be eating dinner. No, I'm kidding, J-Bomb. But how are you been, Mr. Bomb?
Oh man, that match was insane. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. They don't get closer than that. And I know Luca won both games, but whoo, that was a doozy.
That was like the Houdini of that deck, man. He was just like, okay, got the Radigan, got the under the sea, Radigan, under the sea. It was just I would be, if I'm Shadox, I am like punching my monitor right now. My desk is already going to be splintered in pieces, scattered all across my own home right there. Desk is in shambles, monitor is in shambles, everything is broken because I would just be in a fit of rage because I tilt like that. But still, taking nothing away from Luca. Right. I think he played quite well.
Yeah,
you gotta have the cards to play him.
Yeah, I watched DKP play that exact list when we were testing. He went 29-1. I think I saw him on the play, and so very, very surprising result there. But congratulations to Luca, because that's tough to it's tough to beat those kind of decks on the draw, and especially
twice back to back. I think that's insane. The odds of that are so insanely low, and to come out and do it because it requires your deck to draw well, and also requires Shadox's deck to kind of draw a little bit on the poor side, and just not get those fatal lines of play that you just can't get through. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Sounds like Katie is ready. Pizza is in hand. Thank you guys again. It's so good to be back here in the ICL. Keep it locked. Don't touch that dial. More ICL actions coming your way. I'm JDZ. I'm on a quest. I'll be around. You guys know the vibes already. Find me. Don't find me. You'll be missing out if you don't. Until next time. Peace.
Is it me? Am I here? Is it happening? Oh my goodness. It's so exciting to be here. Pizza in hand? No, pizza's not in hand. So touchy subject there. But other than that, I'm very excited.
Excellent. Yeah, I am excited too, as I have not casted with you before. So this will be an excellent journey.
It should be. I'm a little perturbed about the whole pizza thing, but I will try. That'll be the last time I bring it up until maybe the pizza comes in. Now we have an exciting match here. I mean, you seem like you're the most conflicted because you're out here telling people like, oh, this deck is really good. This team is going to win. You might be making some enemies today. So how are you feeling?
I did all my things on math, so hopefully that doesn't make enemies. Math doesn't make a lot of enemies.
Are you good at math? That's, I think, really what the people are wanting to know.
I think so. That's what my whole carear is, and I'm Lorcana. I hope so, but yeah, I do a lot of math. I do like all my statistics on my games and stuff, and so usually I let that try to drive my play more than feelings and whatnot. So hopefully no one's mad at me on this.
Now, I am not able to see the match. Are you guys watching it somewhere other than Discord or video? Because I would like. Okay, don't worry about it, everyone. It's like not even that big of a deal. Okay, we don't need pizza, and I don't need to see. And also, I'm excited because here we go. It is no, that can't be right. It's just Cran, right?
Cran, yeah,
Cran, like the
Chris Anderson.
Or if you want to be fun, you want to go Cran. That's how they like people who are interesting will pronounce Cran. But either way, versus Fumbles. So this is very exciting. I love that Fumbles is still on his Jafar vacation. He hasn't gotten back. He's just been out and about. Good for him.
Yeah, does he always wear this same shirt, or is it just a plethora of Hawaiian shirts that he likes to rotate through the ICL?
I believe there are sometimes Duncan shirts worked into the mix. I do believe that.
Very true.
Yes. So, but we're here. That first match was crazy. And, you know, it's always the things, the meta. I need to find some people to be on my show because I want to have kind of a double-sided thing here. Is the meta too open? Is the meta not open enough? I mean, because, yeah, you're sitting here, you're like, oh, I'll go fast. And then Oswald's like, guess what? Guess what? It's at 7 in the beginning, and I'm here to get every item. We're going under the sea. So you just don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's scary and exciting. As a caster, it's fun. As a player, maybe a little less.
Yeah, the viewer experience is definitely better when the meta is more open because you just get a lot of these different decks playing into different decks, and you see just a lot more different things, which as a viewer, it's very, very fun to see different things.
Yeah, but then as a player, you're like, yeah, it's probably going to be some of these things. And then you're like, oh, Hera the real sign is how many times your opponent goes, may I read that? That is the real sign that you have really done something there. So shout out to Shadox. He's back. He went back to the Shadow Realm of Canada, and he had to keep his head high because he brought a deck that I think would do very fine at many a set champ. Mind you, he was against somebody who, like we said, got out of the slammer and had been just looking at items and oops. That's how that went.
And I believe we saw Fumbles alter 5 or 6 and Chris alter 6. So it looks like people didn't have the best hands from each side, and they're both going to be looking for a better start here. And now Fumbles does have the pop and an early ink there. So I think he's going to be feeling pretty good about his start after that large altar.
Yeah, I will say that when I see large altars, it makes me think of exactly what we're seeing here, that we are needing the perfect classical chess opening of I must do this and this and this. And if I don't do these first 3 turns, I'm scooping. So in this case, we do see that. I'm sorry, I'm getting a special delivery from Dominic. Cheryl for going to 3 houses before mine. Anyway, but yeah, so this is a classical clinical Russian ballet. We got the pops, we got the sail. Now the big thing is, will Chris have his ramp on too?
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing because he did he did alter 6 cards, and so he's clearly was digging for that ramp. Now that we know that both players are on this Ruby Sapphire. This is going to be the most crucial turn for Chris of the game in this early rounds, because if he doesn't have this ramp, he's going to be at a significant disadvantage, not only being on the draw, but also being now 2 ink behind Fumbles. So let's see if he has it here.
If he doesn't, he scoops. I'm just kidding. He wouldn't scoop, but it is kind of one of those things. There we go. We got a little boy, a child. And, Tipo, it's a body, so people talk about, sales better, Tipo's better. Tipo can be fun. You can throw him at things. In this case, looking at the deck list, this is almost like a clinical mirror match where I am very excited to see how it plays out, because I hate to say, well, it's really going to play on what you draw. But, it's going to be outmaneuvering, outwitting, outlasting, outplaying, because a lot of this is going to be in lockstep of each other.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting, too, because this is the matchup spread where I think it has the least play draw disparity, and I often don't mind being on the draw in this matchup because the extra card makes a lot of difference in this one, because they often become a very, very resource heavy battle where both players go into top deck mode, and it's going to be who's going to get that big Tamatoa or shark play first and get some resources from there.
Yeah, we saw that play out very interestingly this weekend with the top 2 decks. The player Rob was able to have some great success by having a discard on turn 4 and just basically, like, you're right. I mean, these decks, they don't have that glorious card draw that we had back when there was a toy making rodent. And so, yeah, if you're able to really get that advantage or disadvantage of the player not having as many cards, that can be huge in this matchup. But we will see. Right now, it is us just talking about how interesting it might be, because it's not interesting yet. They're just doing all the setup. But we did see a super goop, which means something could get fun. I mean, but instead it's a shark. It's shark time, baby.
Yeah, and the Manor is a card that I really do not love inking early in this matchup, because that's one of those where if you put enough pressure on your opponent and he's forced to be prepared, you can just drop the double Manor. But we are inking that there, which tells me that there's better cards in Fumble's hands that he doesn't want. And you know what the perfect answer to a shark is? Another shark. It's a lot like a coal mine where only a diamond can break another diamond, or scratch it, or whatever how that saying goes. But the shark will kind of lock this board down for the foreseeable future. So you're probably not even going to want to
scratch another shark.
Yeah, pretty much.
So here we go. So it's the classics, everyone. And it is, what do you love after a nice shark? Well, I like to have a nice crab, to have some popsicle item recursion, draw some cards, really, really make a meal out of it. And we are at that interesting point where sharks, they want to eat. They need blood in the water. And we don't have Elsas to tap down. We don't have the luxury of such things. So it is going to be an interesting situation here. In this match, how do you think this game of chicken goes? Like, what is the way to call someone's bluff and get them to do something? Maybe a manner? This is where I couldn't do it.
It's why Hades is in the deck. He is for this exact scenario where both players open with the exact curve they want to do. The first person to play Hades is going to be firmly in the driver's seat of this game, because they're going to be able to remove that shark. Outside of that, this board is pretty much locked down until like another shark comes out or some other things happen. A manor is going to be one that opens it up, because then Fumbles is going to be forced to go into and exert his characters to take out this manor. And so basically Cran is saying, I'm going to give you a card advantage and force you to take it out with this manor, but I'm going to get my shark to trade in and get a very powerful card back in either vision or how far I'll go. And so he's basically valuing those cards more than this manor, and also valuing the ability to take out this Tamatoa or shark.
Yeah, and that was an interesting conversation I had with Luke and Sky today on their stream. Is if you see one Hades, can you assume there's another? And the answer is no. All you know if you see one Hades is that there is a Hades, but if you see no Hades, it doesn't mean there isn't a Hades. So it is kind of this fun ambient threat. Another one is, that monstrous dragon. And even sometimes people will put in a dragon fire just to be cheeky, because, sometimes that just spot removal is like the sound that happens is enough to kind of change the tempo. But in this case, they said, let's just keep dancing. Let's just keep... The vibes are fun. The party is rocking, and I'm going to put out a manor. Now, we do have the popsicles and the manors on Chris's side, something that has never been seen before, but it's exciting. Oh, here we go. So yeah, he says, I'll do it.
And I do like this, because when you have the manor as well, you're going to put them in a position where they either have to think about putting damage on the manor or get their free shark card. And so your manor is likely going to survive, because Ruby Sapphire players love their value. And so getting that shark to trade for free into that Tamatoa, double heal, get back a card, it's just like a tempting treat that no Ruby Sapphire player can ever resist. And so that's what we see Cran doing right now. And the big question is does he want to dig, or does he want to get more ink? And he looks like he's going to go with the vision and dig for likely the Hades is still what we're trying to get to stop these shark onslaughts.
Yeah, I mean, the psychological warfare that goes on in mirror matches is something that I think is deeply understated, because you're playing your opponent, but you're playing your deck that you're imagining your opponent playing, while also trying to map out what they're playing. So it's kind of like this very, very weird thing where, and it gets oddly personal for me, because then I'll see them play something that maybe I didn't put in, and it gets me, and I'm like, dang it, they teched for this. So I think that these are kind of not, it's interesting. It doesn't look like something I'd be having fun doing, but I imagine if you're into this kind of thing, this is fun. Maybe.
Oh, this is fun. This is a dance with dragons. Yeah. This is like the ideal. You both have kind of the perfect starts. You're both doing the same thing rhythmically. And now Cran has the other mirror breaker in this, where he got 2 popsicles and a Tamatoa off and getting that value before Fumbles has seen his second Popsicle. And if this goes on where Fumbles doesn't see a second Popsicle for a significant amount of time, Chris Anderson is going to be firmly in the driver's seat from a value perspective, and that is going to drive a lot of this game. And so Fumbles is actually going to sing his How Far will go. So that tells me this is probably going to be a Be Prepared turn. Oh, no.
It's not. Take it back. Okay. Did you guys hear it? Because there's a man that's like, oh, I'm going to go. Okay, good. Because there's like this guy in the booth who's like, I'm Baker. Well, you're off the clock. And it's not Be Prepared. It's Hades time. You know him. You love him. It's the man with the plan. And he is scheming.
So I would guess that is the card that Fumbles chose to take with the vision from the prior turn.
I really wish the audience got to hear Luke being very excited to be prepared for nothing.
It was very loud.
It was. I mean, it's kind of like when you cast a JDZ, he might fire off his desktop soundboard, and it made my soul leave my body. But it came back, and we're here, and now we're seeing. So we're seeing those things where we break it up. We're saying, you know what? If you want to put your crab up here around the shark, you can't reach it. The Hades really changes kind of that back and forth in a favorable way to Mr. Fumble.
Yeah, and I was watching Fumble. I have had the pleasure of watching a lot of Fumble's games because he is playing all day, every day, and he likes to put stuff on the board, and he will avoid Be Prepareding as long as he can. So I've gotten to know him over the months and almost years now of just watching him play. And so this is not a surprising play I've seen from Fumbles, and this is actually a really, really dangerous position from Chris now because the Hades and the Shark and the McDuck Manor here, but Chris has the follow-up Hades, which is going to be the perfect answer. And so we just go back to this delicate dance where each player has pretty much the same cards except for Chris is up that Popsicle. And so we're going to see where it's going to go here, but this is likely going to be the Sing Be Prepared into a McDuck Manor would be pretty close to checkmate if I had to guess, but I don't want to call it too early, but you still have to have all those cards. But that would be the best play Fumbles has for this turn. And so I think he has 3 or 4 cards in his hand. So not having that second Popsicle is really hurting him right now.
Yeah, I mean, he has a pretty nice amount of cards. So that makes me kind of wonder what it is. And like you said, that Be Prepared, I think that is a difference between a good player and a great player is being judicious and knowing when to use it. And at this point, the math is definitely in his favor because now it's Value Town. He's able to sing it, and now he has a nice wide swath of nining to rebuild. Slap down a neighborhood if you so feel inclined.
If he had the double McDucks, he would have slapped those down faster
while giggling. But instead, we see a Popsicle going nowhere, which means it's crab time. So he doesn't have 2 Popsicles, but 1 is better than 0.
Yeah. So this game is going to be Fumbles has to put the pressure on and close this one out with the McDuck Manor because Chris, with that carpet bag out, has infinite resources and infinite gas. And so Fumbles has to pivot his strategy where he is now the aggressive deck and in order to close this game out.
Yeah, and we got crab in the manor, and you don't want that. I'm not an expert on that kind of thing. I don't have a manor myself. There is one card though that Fumbles has, and we won't talk about it because when it happens, we're gonna go, and it's gonna go crazy. But there's one card that I'm very excited to see. Could be a big thing here. But there's another card I want to discuss that is Merlin's Handbag, and this one's a card much like Maurice's Workshop, where everybody was like, "Hey, let's go read our cards," and they all did. And this one says, we got crab at home. So very interesting to see this work in. It's not an item stack, but it is useful, especially in an economy where Popsicles are very valuable.
Yeah, I've never seen a card have so much impact on a certain matchup percentage-wise than this single one of Carpet Bag. When we were testing for Worlds, the Carpet Bag was kind of the sole difference maker against those discard decks. And so just having one in there allowed you to have enough resources to just continuously play threats, keep your hand low for the discard, and just be able to just cycle through things. And so it's a really, really important card. And I just absolutely love it as a one of. And see, Fumbles is not loving this right now, but Fumbles wishes he would have had that. Chris had what Fumbles wanted. And so now we're off to the races here. I don't think Fumbles is in the position where he can afford to sacrifice the lore to take these McDuck Manors out. But if he's got a Maui, he's probably just going to have to say, I'll take one out. But this game is actually, it's still anyone's game right now. And those double McDuck Manors are crazy.
Now, there is a card that people talk about. Sometimes I hear people chattering in the streets, Hideaway. And it is some cards, not everyone runs it. I don't think either. I won't tell you whether they are, but I haven't seen it. And one of the reasons I think Hideaway is interesting is because it's item or location. But this weekend, we were able to see a person win by having 2 sharks in play and hiding away their own popsicle. So it's a very versatile card, but it's not a card that always makes the list. But it is quite nice when you're looking at McMansions over here. It's not over, like you said, but I mean, it's like that time clock. How much time do you want to spend knowing that Chris is getting 4 lore per turn and knowing the way things go, he's going to have 2 more manors next turn.
Right. A be prepared would be very devastating from Fumble's aspect.
Yeah.
But going on off of the Hideaway is one of those cards where it's so good in matchups like this, where it has targets, or choices. But in matchups that it just doesn't do anything, and it's a dead card. So you have to weigh, how often am I going to play against these Ruby Sapphire matchups where it's going to have such high impact versus how much am I going to play against these other decks like Discard and stuff. And so that's kind of why we aren't seeing too many in this, especially because statistically you're unlikely to face this Ruby Sapphire. So they both just happen to play each other. Each team has to bring different decks. They can bring, they don't have to represent all the colors, but basically lower than 33% chance to run into this. And so that's probably why we're seeing a low amount of hideaways, if any.
I will say statistically, it feels like mirrors happen literally every week. Yeah. We always like, statistically, it's unlikely. And it's like, then why is it 100%? Tell me that, God. And God said, I didn't have anything to do with this. They picked their numbers. But now we're going to see, what can Fumbles do to get this momentum back? Yes, there's manners, but he has manners too. And here we go. It's Mr. Maui himself. I know people like the El Chihu. I'm not, but we are going to see him. Chihu said flatly right into that other manor. And now it is Manor L Manor. And Maui cannot do a lot, but he can sing and he can menace and he can work on that manor later. So I don't think it's lights out, but yeah, and here's digging more. So this is a very swingy. These matches are very swingy. As we saw, I think I casted DKP against. I'm trying to remember who was playing against, but it lasted 3.5 hours. So, you know, it could be anyone's game and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and Fumbles getting 3 visions so far this game is very, very good because that means he gets to choose exactly what he wants in these situations. And so right now he's going to be looking for likely another Hades to remove something, more McDuck Manors, another Maui perhaps, but basically things that are going to keep him in this lead because this game, it's 11-11. Both players have a manor out. Yeah. Chris has the carpet bag, and so they don't get tighter than this. This is just a delicate tightrope walk.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see the card advantage is really going to come into play here. We see now for those at home, putting the dice on is technically note-taking, and it's not considered legal because you could have a wrong number and be like, what, I just put a dice. But in this case, I trust Fumbles that he has 4. I don't know how many Chris has.
Yeah, I have not seen Chris's hand in a few turns, so I have...
could be ample, could be anemic. We don't know.
I'm guessing 2 to 4, but...
It's 2 to 4. It's in the range. You know, if I had to guess, anywhere from 1 to 100. 1 to 60. But either way, he has ink. So whatever he has enough ink to do at least one thing. And so he's drawing a card off here. And let's see. This is a moment where I'm like, oh, they're really in the tank. But no, Discord's in the tank. But don't worry. Is it frozen for you? Just me?
It is frozen for me. Hopefully we get that back real quick. Until then, we will fill the air with lovely commentary.
No, you
and pizza.
The
pizza is back.
Oh no, the pizza came right. Like I watched Linda drive around, and she's like, "I'm gonna give everyone pizza. Everyone gets pizza, not me."
All right, what are we working with? What kind of?
This is a Domino's thin crust pepperoni mushroom. It's my favorite pizza because it is the most pizza of pizza in my. You don't need too much for a good pizza. They're still playing.
Actually, they're still playing. So...
Yeah, so I guess maybe we should tell them that no one can I mean, I'll keep talking about pizza, but like,
I'll try and let me know if it comes back. I'll
do baseball commentary. Yeah,
we have Fumbles playing the Tamatoa to bring back 2 pops. It's just us that can't see.
Yeah, so I was just talking about pizza carelessly.
Yeah.
So anyway, either way, yes. So we're still seeing the Tamatoa. The Manners are still standing, which is
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, Fumbles has just inked a brawl after playing the Tamatoa and playing 2 popsicles. He has a hand of about 5 cards now, counting his ink, and it looks like he is about to pass over the turn. Chris currently has the McDuck Manor still out.
Yeah, and that carpetbag's just sitting pretty, being like, hey, I'm expensive, but I'm worth it. And that's a lesson for all of us. You might be expensive, but I think you're worth it.
Yes.
But here we go. We see Chris here just kind of debating. And this is kind of one of the more maddening things about playing against decks that have a lot of options, is because the first part of the game, it's fast. It's tennis. It's good. It's like pickleball even, where it's just back, back, back. And then it gets to this point where it is incredibly important to manage your resources. It is incredibly important to not overextend. And so it's very interesting. We see the players going back and forth between their hand and their discard and their opponent's discard, because it is a game of math and statistics, which is why J-Bomb is like, oh, this is so fun. And I'm like, guys, this is crazy.
Yeah, I tell people that this is not a game. It's just a math decision tree of averting risk. And so we see, we don't see, we see, but
some people see. I think they
decides
see it. It does show it's on back online now. So now everyone can see.
Yeah, so Chris has just inked a Maui and played a Be Prepared, and we are back at Manor, 13-13. So pretty much
where we were,
where we were previously.
But this is when the math starts changing, and we say, "I've Pirates Life. Would you like to Pirates Life?" And once again, we dance.
And that is a very large swing. That's a 2 mana turn swing there. So Fumbles is like, "Ooh, I gotta press that Pirates Life as well." And so I'm going to be honest, I've never seen in all of my Shark games, and I've played a lot of them, I've never seen just 2 manners, one on each side, just surviving for so long with no damage. This is very, very intriguing. Now, he did gang his Manor Lore. He had been hit with a Pirate's Life before the turn prior. So.
He was felled by a life. Yeah. Now, one of the things that's kind of tricky here is, I mean, the Sharks, they changed the math where, I mean, you do want a Shark out if you are doing Pirate's Life. That can really help the Sharknadoing of actions. But in this case, he says, I think it's cute how we've been doing everything holding hands. But to your point, these banners hanging around, you can tell that they're like, listen, as long as the math is the same, it's not the scariest thing. Maybe the game will end to it sooner, because guess what? We could go to game 3. So we got to be, maybe it helps to push the score up a little bit. But here we go. He said, J-Bomb, I won't scare you anymore. I'm going to start putting some damage on that manor. And we're just going to keep clicking along. And the tempo is back where he lost 2 lore, gained 2 lore, then gained 2. Yeah, it's very interesting that they're in lockstep here.
Yeah, and the biggest surprise to me is Chris inked that Maui last turn to go up to 13 ink. Well, it was 2 in order so he could play a Pirate's Life and the Be Prepared. But that Maui is just a precious resource when you've just been getting dunked on by this manor for just so long. I believe this manor has gotten like 14 lore for Fumbles now.
Yeah.
And the other surprise is Chris has just been lower on card count, a lot of it due to that extra ink, but he's had this Merlin's Carpet Bag, and it hasn't been producing the resource advantage that I thought it would. So Fumbles has done a wonderful job of just winning this resource battle and keeping that manor alive. As we love to say, protect the castle, win the game.
Yeah, and I mean, more than I like to say, ban the manor. Why don't we talk about that? Like, how silly is it that this silly little card does so much pain? And now, Super Roof comes in and it's like, hey, don't talk about the manor that way. And this is nice. It's a lore burst, and lore burst can matter a lot, because now the pressure is on more than ever. Is there another Pirate's Life? If there was, that'd be pretty cool. But instead, he's just going to keep digging, finding those answers, and saying, you need to find more Pirate's Life Fumbles, because I'm heating up over here.
And so this is where Super Goof is usually not that great a card in this matchup, but in games like this, just 4 ink, gang 2 lore is insanely good. And so now this is scary territory for Fumbles, because Chris is ahead on the lore for the manor turn. and can set up just a shark, a pirate's life at any point. And if he gets that mana to survive this next turn, all he needs is shark and any action, and the game's over. And so Chris not really doing a whole lot for the last like 5 or 6 turns in terms of characters, has just kept the mana alive, gained some lore, and just said, deal with it, Fumbles, and
deal with it. And we're like, Chris, calm down. But yeah, he went ahead. Did he be prepared specifically to get rid of one Maui?
He got rid of a Tamatoa and a Maui, I believe.
Okay. I thought on Fumble's side he played Be Prepared exclusively to wipe a Maui. I was like, man, but it makes sense because that mana is actually very, very important right now. But if there's a Tamatoa, it makes even more sense, more value here. But yeah, the time clock here. Yeah, it's you always have this hanging. It's kind of like when people used to talk about goats, we don't really talk about them as much anymore. But that hanging lore in the air of a goat snake, you have the hanging lore in the air of a Goofy, of a pirate's life. And so Fumbles has to play around all permutations of both his deck and his opponents, knowing that, yeah, he has nothing to super goof right into because a goof will not gain lore off that manner. He really just needs some kind of pirate's life or something to claw back this total.
Yeah, and this game is going to be over on Fumbles next turn, almost 100%. And so Fumbles is thinking, how do I survive my opponent's next turn? And so he's just digging and looking for a way to either answer that mana or play a pirate's life. And so he's frantically looking for that because he knows his mana is going to survive next turn and he'll win the game from that. And so he's spending a lot of his ink. We'll see what he can get at this point. I think he's just looking for a pirate's life for Maui, but it's just going to be double Tala and hope to survive. So it looks like if Cran just has a shark and an action or a pirate's life, this game is likely going to be over. And so we shall see. Okay.
Is that the sound you're supposed to make? Well, I mean, it's one pirate's life, but I think...
What's the card below? Is it a shark?
It looks like another pirate's life, if I'm going to be honest with you. But either way, if it was a shark or pirate's life, yeah, he said, read them and weep. And by read them, I mean, you can't because they're foil. So I'm dunking on you 2 ways, the foil and the
Chris didn't have a lot of cards. He made do with that mana, getting a bunch of lore, and then all of his cards just got lore. And so that was the difference there. Fumbles had the initial mana lead, was able to take one of the manas out, couldn't deal with that second one, and just that burn always gets you. You never want to let a shark deck get to 12 to 14 lore range because things like that just can get away from you so fast, and those games you think you have locked up just kind of get stolen.
We do have Traverse Tavern, as some might say, in the chat saying, Cran is so cute, dude. So that's fun. Shout out to people. If anybody wants to say anything nice about Fumbles, I will also read it. Shout out to Duncan. Sponsor. This is my breakfast that I didn't finish. I really need to eat. I took one bite out of the slice of pizza, but the technical issues did not last. But I will say that now Fumbles is like, well, I didn't like that. I would like to make you stumble with the Fumble Humble. And we're going to see that, I think, because Fumbles he's fun. He makes jokes. But I think right now we're going to see him go into, Hawaiian shirt sage mode and show that, he has a deck too. And yeah, Carpet Bag was cool. That was really great. But, maybe he has one. We don't know.
Fumbles did the full Alter 7.
Wow.
I didn't see what Cran did, unfortunately. Looks like he's shuffling, but so Fumbles on the play, altering 7. Not the position I love to be in personally. This deck does alter a lot because it's basically give me my turn 2 ramp, give me a popsicle, otherwise I don't care. Throw it out.
Yeah, and I mean, I have seen before where there's a magical plan B where, like, if your first hand doesn't work out, you get your second hand, and if that one's bad, there is a chance your opponent's hand sucks, and then you're still in it. But for everybody just turning in, this is game 2 of round 2. So we did see the Loungers go 2-0 in round 1. Right now they are up 1, but Fumbles is here to say, guess what? I got turn 1 popsicle, and then Chris, you're going to see a lot of this. They're having a kind of a cute thing where they're kind of doing meet cutes. But here we go, popsicle turn 2. We're inking. Is that develop? No, that's
sale.
Thank you.
We inked the develop. It looks like it's a little too shiny. Tamato would be very proud.
Yes,
and we are able to play the sale and get our patented ink. And so inking Vision, just one of those cards that so good. You don't love to ink it. It's kind of an easy ink, but in this matchup, it's so strong to have. It's one of those cards you just really want to top deck late and never have in your early hand, but not a bad thing to ink, but you would much prefer to keep it for those power turns where you're really digging for that Hades or Shark. And Fumbles is going to love to see Chris inking that Shark early.
Yes.
Because Shark is just so powerful.
He is. He is the powerhouse of the cell, and he really is there to. Ooh, now this is interesting. But no, it wasn't. I thought he played Seal. Never mind. I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen? But no, he played Sail, which is ramping. Never mind. But then we go ahead and ink Shark and Develop Your Brain. So both of them are kind of hitting their marks. But like you said, both of them had to ink something beloved. And then we see more ramp. More ink is more ink, and getting to that top end can be very powerful. Like we saw, can be very disruptive. That Maui was powerful in the last game, but this time he is going to be a powerful piece of enchanted ink. And what is he going to play to put some pressure on here with 3 extra ink available?
Nothing. It looks like he's just going to try and play this early Shark. Chris is going to answer him with the How Far I'll Go, which is slightly better than what Fumbles did with the Sail. They're basically doing a similar thing, but Fumbles used an extra card. He's already on the play, so Chris is winning the early resource battle and staying in line with Fumbles ink. And so we're going to see. Yep, and here's the Shark. And so Chris is going to hope to answer with the Shark, otherwise be in a position where Fumbles is going to start gaining some early Shark lore. And that's the thing from the game 1. We actually didn't see, I don't think, one or two lore gained from the Sharks through that whole game, which could have been the difference there too. But in this game, we are going to, for sure, I would imagine, see Fumbles gain some lore from the Shark, unless we see a Hades next turn. Oh, a second Shark is inked. So
because a third.
We've seen 3 Sharks from Chris Anderson, which that is why he's inking them. So that's an unfortunate series. But if he's inking those Sharks with 5 cards in hand, that man has a lot of uninkables. So I'm going to bet be prepared. He's got Hades, perhaps a carpet bag, but that's a hand of uninkables because you're not going to willingly ink 2 Sharks.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the more interesting telegraphs where the more you play, the more you realize you're like, you would never. And I mean, there's times where like, yeah, sometimes you'll link something if you have 3 and you're like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But then 2, you're like, okay, now we know that's like I mentioned, somebody won a game just having 2 Sharks on board and just doing a do nothing action. So yeah, and we see Grandma here getting more answers because, like you said, this card advantage is going to be very, very, very powerful. And now, yeah, what's he gonna ink? He's just gonna play How Far I'll Go, try to get some more answers.
Yep, hard casting. We're in the Shark standoff right now, and so these How Far I'll Goes are going to be quite the difference maker. Where Fumbles doesn't have any, and Chris has 2, and that's allowing him to get ramp and keep up card advantage. And so resources to Chris right now on the draw again, and this is why I like this matchup on the draw, is because you get into these situations where both players are just kind of sitting there. And you're just accumulating more resources, which means you're going to have the answers for these power turns that do come up.
So we see little evil Tipo going into the inkwell, and yeah, nothing too cool happening over there. Just playing How Far I'll Go, inking a Tipo. So they think are on inkability. So then they start thinking, okay, so is it because it's be prepared? And then he's like, I need the Shark to do something. So no, thank you. I'm trying to think what other kind of, there's a lot. I mean, there's a ton of unequal. I don't know. They're going, but yeah, Sisu would be nearly useless in this situation. So yeah, I think it's just interesting to see when you get in these situations where, you want to be inking. The downside of ramping is you have to, especially with Sail, use inkable cards. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you have to be careful. And now we're at the point where we see Fumbles with 4 cards in hand, I believe, versus 5.
Yeah, so still a long way to go in this game, a very, very long way to go. He's actually going to be the one to break this first and sing the How Far I'll Go, which will let Chris trade into the Shark if he wants and bring back a How Far I'll Go or Sail. Most likely, he's doing it because he has the mana again, and this is one of those where I'm either going to let you take a How Far or a Sail back or put some damage on this mana. And so very good play to put the pressure and really kind of break the standoff.
Yeah, so often in Disney Lorcana, it's not about necessarily having the right play, it's about making them make it a hard decision and hoping they make whatever the wrong one was. Because if you kind of make the menu, that's one of my favorite things with Amber Steel songs is having lots of things that shift and being like, you decide. And then sometimes they guess right. And you're like, dang it. But in this case, it's 2 hard decisions. And he might go see through it and say, well, I'm going to do my own thing and now give you a problem. But at least Fumbles is putting the question in Chris's hands and saying, I'm interested what you're up to over there.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. And on those Amber Steel choices, it's always like, this one will hurt the most, but it's like this one is more likely. So it's just so hard to tell, and I'm always wrong on those.
Yes, exactly. But my opponent is always right. So scientists, explain it. They can't. But here we go, doing my favorite thing where you like exert the ink. You're like, oh. So it was he exerted 4. So maybe a grandma. How far out? Well, not sure.
Yep, grandma or how far I'll go likely, or McDuck Manor too. Answer the McDuck with the McDuck.
Brawl.
We do see the brawl in there. A lot of players have cut the brawl, but I imagine that is an ICL pick because you were unlikely to play against Ruby Sapphire, and brawl is good against pretty much all the other matchups. Not all of them, but pretty much. So again, breaking the cycle with this early carpet bag, and that'll actually take the mana out and say, hey, your mana didn't do anything. I was able to answer it, and now your shark can trade into my shark and get a card back, and you still have to answer my Goofy. And so very, very, very big turn for Chris, where he's setting up his infinite resource weapon and is now ahead on the board. But a Hades here could change that. Tune in, we'll see.
Yeah, tune in for more if Hades will make an appearance from the underworld. But yeah, Super Goof here, not rushing into the shark. They said manners are more of a problem, and as we saw, they are. Any kind of passive lore game that just kind of ambiently happens, especially when B-Prep's on the menu, can be a lot more problematic. So we're doing my favorite thing where it's like, what do we got in here? Which is why this deck is crazy, because you have the cards you haven't drawn, the cards you've inked, the cards that you are in your discard, which could come back under certain circumstances, and then your cards in play. So we kind of, we're doing audits here and saying, what's the right way? And the answer is, I might as well go ahead, get rid of Super Goof, go get how far I'll go back. And like you said, I mean, it's just maybe going for that Hades, maybe going for something to keep the pressure on and expect the unexpected, which I feel like is, it's interesting that both decks are nearly identical for exception of a couple cards. And yet they're like, I have to expect the unexpected, which is expected. Explain that.
Yeah. And one of the key card differences, I'm not sure if Fumbles is playing the carpet bag. I can't remember when I looked at the list briefly, but Chris has gotten it early, and Chris is he pushed me to try carpet bag, and he kept saying, play this, you're gonna love it. And so he's been like an early carpet bag person. So
he's a carpet bagger, as they say. That's not a thing. That's actually a history term for people. Anyway, so Merlin carpet bag, like you said, it's what is very, Merlin's handbag is similar to that Maurice's workshop, where after we got rid of Hiram, we said, what are we gonna do? I need cards. And so, it's not pretty, it's not sexy, but dang it, it gets the job done. And here we see it's been putting in work. And now we have double grandma, shark standoff.
Yeah, I haven't had a double grandma for a while, but Fumbles is doing well with them for now.
Yeah, I mean, they can sing. So, I mean, in theory, that's going to be helpful if the shark stays online. Both players have incentive to want to keep that shark online. However, I get very nervous when my board is wider than my opponent's board and they have Be Prepared. So, interesting. Yeah, all right. So, already putting in 2 here. Starting the party here with a Visions of the Future, which always, it feels cheap. It feels like, I guess like 2 is just like, that can be like a little bit more expensive, but 2 to find like the answer.
Yeah, 2 for 5 is the crazy part. Like every other card is 4.
You're going
it's 2 or 4 basically.
Yeah.
So except for that magnifying glass item, that's 3. But yeah, 5 is just crazy, and that's why the card is just so powerful. It's one of those cards where I didn't rate very high, and then I played it, and I was like, I will never play less than 4 of these in a Ruby Sapphire deck.
Yeah,
the card is insane.
Yeah, if you've able to get a couple in your hand, especially synergizing with the shark, you're getting that passive lore gain, and then you are getting, depending on what the game state at, what deck you're playing against, it's like it's all upsides. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and carpet bag and get some goodies.
Yeah, and for those of you, what he's doing is he's breaking the popsicle, putting it back into play, drawing a card, but he's saving all he's explaining that to Fumbles, and he's saving all those actions and just saying, I'm going to pay the 2 ink and draw the card, and it's all going to just work out like that. So that's basically what's going on with those quick actions. And so if you guys know each other and slow down a little bit, like, you can do that between some friendly games. I wouldn't suggest it at DLC, but that is kind of the shortcut they are taking.
Yeah, it's so tricky too, especially when you're playing against an opponent and you're like, hey, I love you, man, but what did you just do? And they're like,
Yeah.
because you get people who are they basically are super, they know their deck, they know what they're doing. And if you're not familiar or you look away, you look back, you're like, I don't understand. So but yeah, these are 2 seasoned professionals. And now we just have 2 grandmas against the world. And Chris still isn't done, by the way. He's still working. He's still working overtime. But now he says, okay, let's see what you're going to do. And we got grandmas and a dream.
Yeah, and for how much ink they're both at, we're still at a very, very low lore total, and for how long the Sharks survived. And so Chris, having gone through 3 Sharks, is at a slight disadvantage, but that can be made up for with the Carpet Bag just drawing an extra card a turn for 2 ink. The Shark is going to pose a problem, but this might be the easiest Be Prepared that Chris has ever played in his life. So if this doesn't beta Be Prepared, that means that Chris doesn't have it. And Chris inked a lot earlier Shark instead of like 4 other cards. And one of them was definitely not a Hades. So I'm almost 99% sure that a Be Prepared is in Chris's hand, looming and ready for this. And Baker will be very, very excited to sing it next turn.
He actually, it's like a very scary clinical thing where he'll be asleep. And when we're playing ICL, he'll just go, and it's pray for his family, and
Be prepared.
And then we have someone in the booth in our ear saying,
okay.
Oh, they heard it that time? Okay.
Good. See, that's the fun thing. We got a little.
I never know.
It's like having a whimsical little jester in your ear, and you don't know what they're up to. But as we've seen many times in DLCs around the times of Sense Manners and Be Prepared have existed, there's nothing that name a more iconic duo than Be Prepared and slapping down a manor. There isn't.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest pressure points in this game is being able to be prepared and manner. And that Carpet Bag allows him to get to that ink total to do that with relative ease. And those early how far goes as well. And so that's put him in the position where, although he's used all of his Sharks, he was able to do that big pressure turn, keep the resources pumping. Each player I think, Fumbles at 5 cards, Chris at 5 or 6. And so if another Be Prepared comes out, I don't know how Fumbles is going to deal with this manner for the next few turns.
Yeah. Also, I mean, he could Hades you never, it's a cute card, but we see one ink being exerted. Let's do a little cheeky popsicle, just to keep drawing cards. This Carpet Bag is very interesting. It was interesting this weekend. I was sequestered in a little special room where they keep people that could infect you with casting jokes. And as I would come out and walk around, I would hear Carpet Bag. And so I knew something was bad. And the answer is Carpet Bags was breaking hearts. So here we see it. It's clearly, I mean, it's not by itself some kind of like shocker, amazing card. But yeah, when used early and often, it keeps the tempo up where Chris is a little less afraid that he's going to run out of answers.
Yeah, specifically against these Ruby decks that are just these grindy matchups, and just getting an extra resource a turn is really, really, really strong. And it allows you to just have these power turns that we saw from Chris last turn. And so the man has 12 ink to Fumbles' 9, and is now able to take out that Maui. He's going to need to do something else or this manor is going to go down. But this is how you stop the Tala from going in to take the manor out, is you play your 4th Shark. And so Fumbles, if he has a Hades or a Maleficent Dragon, perchance, then that is the last of the Sharks. And so with Chris only at 5 lore, that's going to be very, very tough. This looks like the Mal Dragon.
Yeah, this looks like our beautiful...
Oh, and so from this point on, Fumbles has dealt with all of Chris's Sharks. He's answered a manor. Chris doesn't have a lot of pressure at 5 lore. I don't think that there is a way, like, this game is going to go on for a lot longer, but Chris is just kind of out of, he doesn't have enough lore left in the deck to win. I've seen this happen a lot. You kind of get through this after playing this deck a ton of times. The other out would be to do another Be Prepared into double manner. I think that's going to be kind of his only out left in this game, and otherwise it's just going to be this long struggle until Fumbles can kind of get to 20 at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's that be prepared, because it's gonna hurt a lot more for you than for him. But this is another way that crab is out there able to get some popsicles back. With a carpet bag is one way. Why not get it back with a crab? But as we know, there is a Hades somewhere in that pile or that hand that could come down and mess with that crab. So unlike the manor, a crab can be evaporated with a few certain cards.
Yeah, so I think in the priority for Chris's vision, he's taking manor, Hades, and things that can search for manor and Hades.
Yeah, it's always a bummer. I'm like, I want to know, bring me on your vision quest. But no, it's private. It's a private affair. So instead, we will get to see through it. This is my favorite part, is the amount of, like, I gotta look through my discard again. I gotta do it. So we're inking a sale, get another pop, still looking for manors and or something that can produce a manor or Hades. But Bumble says, cool, all my stuff is still here and you don't have a manor. So let's see what he's gonna do.
And Chris says, I don't need no fishbone. I'm getting to get 14 lore, and you're gonna like it. And so he's setting up the turn now where he's 1 ink away from the Be Prepared double McDuck. So I think with how aggressively he's inking, he might actually have that setup, realize that was the position he's in, and been digging for it. So if we see that next time, I'm going to have to go and virtually shake Chris's hand, because that's some brilliant heads up play. So, but you know what counters that? A McDuck manor of your own.
It takes such an extraordinary amount of patience. Like that 3.5 hour match that I mentioned, we watched DKP have 2 Pirates Life and 3 manors in hand for a while, because it was all about deploying it at the time that made sense. And he lost the match. Don't worry, guys, he won Worlds, so it has a happy ending. But it's that patience where you could be too cautious, hold on too long, and then get that. Basically, your opponent's like, well, I have that backup plan too. But in this case, he has his own manor now, and now Be Prepared is looking more enticing than ever.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is going to be the big turn. Well, he's spending his ink, so he didn't have that play I was hoping for. But
he's like,
that would have been tough.
Not yet. He can work towards it. Maybe we'll earn it. But here we go. Still looking through, because a lot of times, I mean, I imagine what Fumbles is looking through. He's checking for obviously items, and then how many B preps he's played. I imagine visions. I mean, basically all these cards really matter as far as how many you have in your discard. But it's interesting because he's not really checking Chris's, but Chris's has them pretty out there. So.
Yeah, in my opinion, there's really no need to check Chris's, because 4 sharks are gone.
That's true.
And all you care now about is the manors. And I think you've gone through just one. I could be mistaken there if there was one that was inked earlier. But
there is that dreaded. It's hard to see it because I think he played it right on top, but I mean, otherwise he scooped and he didn't. So he got a little bit of work in on that manor, just in good measure, and then Be Prepared, a pretty healthy looking board, which has to feel not great. But Fumbles does still have cards in hand. Chris was not able to slap down a manor after that, so we will see Fumbles go ahead and get 2 lore, and then say, how many Be Prepared do you have? Honestly, tell me, please tell me.
And we still haven't seen a Hades from Chris, and so this is either Fumble's 3rd or 4th shark. I got so focused on Chris inking a couple sharks that I lost count here, but it's at least number 3, maybe the 4th. Pardon me for missing that, but
we'll forgive you.
The inking the Tamatoa is very brave with how low of a hand he has, but he really wanted to get this extra lore from the shark, and so telling me that he's clearly got an uninkable for the rest of his hands, because I would not be wanting to ink that Tamatoa with how low of a hand count my hand is at this point.
Now, it's also interesting how many items he might have in his discard. Because
he has 2 pops now. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you're good. You're like I am the accountant.
Oh no! This is the matchup. Like I know what to look for. What to pay attention to. It's you got to see 2 pops. You got to see manors. You got to see sharks, and then nothing else really matters.
Yeah. Well. One thing that is a little bit fun here is Maui doing demolition, as he is so wont to do. He hates libraries, he hates manors, he hates to see a location. Now, notably, not a lot of lore gained by a giant man beating up buildings, but pressure, he can sing, and it got rid of a manor, so worth it on Chris's part. So now can Fumbles? Yeah, there's another crab.
He had another one. Okay, so that's why he had all the Tamatoas, and so this is gonna. Oh, he did only have one pop. I was mistaken. I could have sworn there was a second one. That's actually crazy. He's gone through probably 40 cards in his deck at least, and has not seen the second pop yet, and has gone through 3 Tamatoas now.
It'll come up in your review. But here we go. Just kidding. So we are seeing some actions come into play without a shark, which is always kind of a bummer because it's nice to get that passive shark income. But we know 1 card on board is it's always not long for this world. So in this case, the shark was long gone with the Be Prepared manor, got wiped out by Maui. So we're just starting again. We're saying, please don't do the thing I think you're gonna do, which is Be Prepared and or Hades. Just don't, please.
Yeah, and so now this is interesting because Fumbles with just 1 shark left and 1 Tamatoa left and no carpet bag out, Chris might be able to just answer the last Tamatoa or 2, answer that last shark, and then what does Fumbles have left character-wise? Pretty much nothing. And so not having the second pop for this entire game has cost Fumbles about 2 cards, which would be very, 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 very happy to have right now and putting on pressure to finish this game off. We have not seen Fumbles, I believe, ink but 1 a Pirate's Life all the way back on turn 2, I believe.
How do you feel about that, though?
3 Pirate's Lives left in the deck with 13 lore is a very nice spot. A Pirate's Life, like Vision, is a card you don't want very early and you want to save for these top decking situations. And so,
I'm talking about that double manor, that stacked up double ducker, if you will, of a manor. That he just
I didn't even see Fumbles past the turn. I got so locked on my
well, I mean, yeah,
on my monologue there.
Well, I know it. I'm just like, this man just went like, I heard my ground shook because he said, listen, do what you want, I don't care, I got 2 manors. And that changes it. Now that Pirate's Life is looking really good because we got to counteract manors and the tempo of trying to challenge the manors. Is it better if you get out another shark? Is there another shark in here? Because anything where we can get some synergy, where we were able to gain lore faster. Now there is a bit of a difference. I mean, 4 lore, but guess what? 1 turn and that 4 lore window has closed. So this is sticky here.
Yeah, and Chris knew exactly what his deck needed to do once he ran out of those sharks, and it was acquire manors and play manors. And so he did exactly that. And now I got to put him in the lead driver's seat of this game because Fumbles is going to lose that lore lead very fast because he's almost certainly going to have to put the damage on these McDuck manors unless his hand is like 3 a Pirate's Life. And so just hard casting the Sisu. He's actually going to take the lore, says, I don't have time or the ability to deal with these manors effectively, so I'm going to hope the Sisu lives. Your Maui's going to likely go into my Tamatoa. If you have Be Prepared, great. That means you put 6 damage into the McDuck, and that's going to live, and I'm still going to win this lore race. And so we're off to the races here. This game's going to be about 3 turns more, I think.
Yeah, and now, unfortunately, we're off to the races, and the race ends in 9 minutes. So it's kind of one of those interesting things where Chris is like, if I close this out, it's a 2-0, and that feels really good. But Fumbles is like, well, could we get a game done? I don't know. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, I mean, it's basically, this is going to be a very, very, very important next couple turns, as we've said for the past 10 turns. But I mean, it is. You have to have a response for everything or it just slides away. Okay, so it would not be a draw. Single elimination rules. So J-Bombs, can you like to tell the people what single elimination rules means in this?
I believe sudden death rules, if I'm not mistaken, is you would go to 5 turns, and then whoever is winning on lore would win the game, and then therefore the match.
Which could be interesting in a deck like this, because not a lot happening in the first few turns of the game. So I guess we just got to wrap this one up. And, Chris is saying, I'd like to wrap it up in my favor. But, Fumbles wouldn't hate it if he was able to win. Most people don't hate it if they're able to win.
Yeah, this game is very, very is for sure going to end before time because it's got like 2 turns left, I'd say. If this Sisu lives, Fumbles likely just has double a Pirate's Life and the game's over. Or not even, he just needs one if the McDuck Manor lives.
Yeah, we go see that super goof, which could represent 2 lore, but he goes ahead and favors playing. I do like that you flashed your logo for a second there, like J-Bomb's logo. And then, anyway, but there we go. We're going to go ahead and see that Maui trade into, not trade, but rather go ahead and deal damage. Popsicle's healing the Maui after taking out that Tamatoa. And yeah, this one's for all the marbles.
Yep.
Oh, and that is actually, he won the marbles race. So now 7 minutes. We got to shuffle up and see what kind of weird stuff can happen. Describe all the weird stuff. I'm going to need a bite of pizza.
The weird...
there's double pirates. So if you guys weren't able to see it, I mean, it was kind of scary because it just like happened. He just kind of showed it. But yeah, I mean, he's sitting here at 15 lore. With still some characters on the board, and we saw Chris say, you know what, the math is fine. I've got Manor. It's not a big deal. But Fumbles was very, very patiently holding on to 2 Pirate's Life in the hand, bursting his lore up by 4, and taking him to 20 with the characters on board.
Yeah, and Fumbles correctly knew that, hey, I've got some Pirate's Life here. I need to race. That double McDuck Manor's scary, but I'm going to beat you there if this Sisu lives. So,
yeah, it was
well
both.
played.
Yeah, they both were at that point where one thing, one moment, one misplay could give it to the other person. So Fumbles has been on the play both times. This will be his first time on the draw, but we saw Chris win on the play and we've seen him win on the draw. So we're probably not going to see either opponent go to 20, but like you mentioned, we will go to 20 minutes. And then I believe it's 5 turns. And like you said, whoever wins at the end of those 5 turns, or whoever has the higher lore.
Now, like I said, in this matchup, I don't really see it having too much play draw disparity, but when it's going to be sudden death in time, as we noticed in game 1 and 2, Fumbles had the lore lead for both games. And so, and that's well established because you could play the first shark, which both players played the shark on, I believe it was turn 4, both games? Yeah. And so I'm not that lucky and I don't get to do that every game like they have been so far. But if one player gets a turn 4 shark and the other doesn't, and it's unanswered, that's going to single-handedly get enough lore. The other option is if Chris realizes the time constraint, he can keep his McDuck Manors in his hand and then quickly just set up a turn 3 McDuck Manor and a turn 4 McDuck Manor and say, there's absolutely no way you can get out of this time situation.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, I mean, this is not a very common thing to experience Disney Lorcana where it's sudden death. So it's going to be interesting watching both of these players adapt because, you know, a lot of it we say, oh, you have to do this. You have to do this. You're playing a different game right now than you are playing most of the time. You know, popsicles that you're saving up for later suddenly become a little less exciting. So you are looking suddenly like, oh, you know, what can I get on the board? What lore can I get early?
Yeah, and they are going at light speed right now. Those turns were much faster than any other turn we've seen in this game. And so they're saying, we know how we've rehearsed these. We've played these games a ton. We're just going to do our thing the first couple of turns. And Tipo, actually, if one person had Tipo and the other didn't, that lore is insane. It matters a whole lot.
And no one has ever said that in the history. Tipo, it'd be insane.
Oh.
But here we go.
No. In set 5, the person who had Tipo who didn't, they would get like 5 or 6 lore from that Tipo. And it would often be the difference because that's 1 or 2 less dime hits. And so Tipo's he's a character.
Yeah, that's why JDZ has a like a little dartboard with Tipo on it. But perhaps, you know, we'll learn to love him. But both players are really just saying, I like the cut of your jib here, playing how far I'll go. And then, but the difference here is he was able to go ahead, get the quest in here, and now the shark's there. So now the shark is going to change that math. Who has the most actions? Who's able to put the pressure on? And who, you know, they're playing fast. You might get a little silly, but we're both going to do it. So here we go. We got another shark.
And if Chris has this Hades, and he does not yet, at least, he would have been in a very good spot. But he's going to just say, I'm putting this manor out. And so Chris has had the perfect start for what you want in time. And we've got about 4 minutes left. Fumbles, he could play a Hades here and be in good shape, but if Chris has a Be Prepared, that McDuck Manor is going to probably just win him the match.
Yeah, so here we go. Let's go ahead and develop our brain. See if we, because I mean, it'd be cute to have a manner, because that would mean they're best friends. And even if they lose, they all gonna be like, we're twinning. In this case, we see a popsicle, notably not a manner. And now he did get a lure off of that develop your brain. And then we see Maui coming in and doing a double into
Great turn.
manner.
Great turn from Fumbles. Not only did he gain some lore from the shark, he was able to answer the McDuck manner. He also put on characters that would force the shark to trade. And so this is a crazy battle right now, especially with us going to time in 3 minutes now. Chris realizing, I got to slow down, think about this turn. This is a tough one. So here we're going to just see probably like 2 or 3 more turns until time. And so he takes back. I didn't actually see. He's drawn this one off carpet bag very early every game.
He's like, guess what? This is my carpet bag. It's Chris Anderson's carpet bag. But yeah, he goes ahead and he elects to say, fine, we'll trade our sharks. Was he able to play any actions before the shark?
He was not, but Fumbles was able to play a Pirate's Life and Quest. Now this is interesting because with questing for Tipo, Chris does play a couple of super goofs, and that 2 lore could be a difference, but Fumbles taking the 5-0 lead right now. This is very, very, very scary territory for Chris at this point. But he does have the goof. And so that is 2 lore to keep him in this game. I think he needed to have exactly that goof to stay in the race for lore. And so now the board is anybody's, and Fumbles needs to answer with something powerful and hope Chris doesn't have another super goof or McDuck manners to keep into this. But even a McDuck manner would just be kind of hit by the Maui.
Yeah, and I mean, now we have seen them have a little bit of a bromance where, maybe he's going to get cheeky and quest with people and said you wouldn't, but he didn't. All right. He's like, I'm not. And I see that a lot where players play around the way they play the things they fear most. Nope. He did quest with the Tipo. So now it's, you got a super goof. It could be, but instead we're going to get some more stuff. Good news is Maui, you can't stop him from singing. So we'll go ahead, get some ink, get a card.
Yeah. Surprising to me that he sings there when he could take a trade. So I wonder what we're going to have. Oh, we have another one.
Just really take out. Yeah.
Still leaves a lore on the board from Tipo, and so I'd almost prefer to have the two lore lead as opposed to 1 lore, because that Tipo is likely questing. But I guess you put another Tipo on, and so both players don't have like what they want, but they're playing to win in time right now.
Yeah, and they do know that, I mean, like we saw, Fumbles is not afraid to hold on to cards that are stressful to hold on to. So it is possible he's trying to do some situations where those Mauis can sing. Perhaps he lays a shark and then he's able to have Mauis do some actiony kind of stuff and just burst up that lore a little bit. I'm curious to see, because Fumbles is a much more patient player than I. With 38 seconds left, we see Grandma coming in. Grandma's here. Tipo being ink. Tipo flinching. And then
it's hollow time.
Yeah, Tipo just went, I don't know. So he did not quest there. And it makes sense because Tipo. So it's Grandma. I was hoping it was a shark and then some cool stuff, but we don't know. The shark could be coming.
So if Fumbles knows the time, he could theoretically go hyperspeed, but no, this is going to be the last turn before our 5 turns. And so he double sings Pirate's Life with both Mauis and takes the lore from Tipo, and that will be turns. And so Chris will be, Fumbles was turn 0, so Chris will be turn 1 here.
Yeah, and I think he doubles. Did he have 2 pirates? Because I guess
no, it's the Hughes sing together for
sing together. Sorry, yes, okay. I was like double sing. I was like, wow, but no, in this case, but that is enough to make the math a little untenable. It basically is saying, hey, do you want to be prepared? Which in this case, he says, no, I'm gonna Pirate's Life. I'm gonna show you. Wow, yes. Singing together with Grandma and Tipo.
And then to be prepared. Okay. So, and then a Pirate's Life puts Chris in the position where he would actually take this.
So that was turn 1, correct? So now we're moving to turn 2.
Turn 2 for Fumbles, yes. And Chris has set himself up to win with that play with another Pirate's Life. And so...
perchance 2 cheeky manners? That could be in his hand. I don't know. That's... Ooh.
Yeah, but Fumbles is out of resources. Chris is not. But it's... I think Fumbles is just going to like want to play a character, hope it survives and get some lore. Ideally, a 2 lore character. Tamato would be perfect, so it's not... He doesn't auto lose to a Pirate's Life because Chris is going to get the last turn. So if Chris actually sets up a character, has the Pirate's Life, he can then quest, play Pirate's Life, and almost assuredly win this game. And so while Fumbles does have the lead, there is a situation where Chris does have that with exactly that play line.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is I mean, we're like, well, there's this permutation, we got the super roof coming in. We have huge Ruby Sapphire fan in the chat, Habibi, saying this is his favorite kind of matchup. And yeah, I mean, normally we don't have sudden death. We do have the 5-turn rule, but this is the finals. We can't just listen, guys. We got to finish it. So yeah, this is all about what do you have in your hand? Is it what you need? He's auditing. He's looking, saying, okay, what could I do here? We know we haven't seen Vitalospheres or anything like that where we could do some cool rush things, but notably, there's no characters on Chris's side. So somebody's going to need to gain some lore. And like you mentioned, Pirate's Life is going to be a big deal as far as who has it, who doesn't.
Is it still Chris's turn? Is he still thinking?
I think it is, yeah, because I mean, he has it ready to zinc on Fumble side as well.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if he's debating if he wants to ink something and play something or take something back with the Merlin's carpet and take a pop back with the Merlin's carpet bag. But since he has this card flipped over, I'm not sure if he's inked or not. But yeah.
So yeah, we will see. And we do know that Fumbles has 2 cards in hand, soon to be 3. So yeah, he's just kind of saying, I don't know. He's flipping, which makes me kind of go, I don't know. I don't know what it means. It means that he has to have 2 good cards, and then hope that Chris is making.
Yeah. So I think the choice is either it has to be he's deciding between ink Tipo or take a pop back and play it with the carpet bag and needing an extra resource. And so he's calculating, if the 1 lore is going to make the difference.
Yeah, and that's kind of a crazy thing to have to think about. It's interesting, right? Because when you're going to 20 lore, you're like, oh, it's 1 lore, and people are a little bit loosey-goosey, but in a sudden 5-turn rules, then yeah, 1 lore really, really, really matters. The recovery time is, the window is a lot smaller. So yeah,
I'm gonna pop in and see if there's a judge call.
Pop in, P-A-P. Nope, I already spelled it wrong. I'm out. But yeah, that is a good point. There could be having a judge call about, sequencing, or they're just talking and just saying, I really like playing against you, man. This has been really cool. Nope. All right. So we're going to go ahead. All right. So we were resolving some lore issues with, we had some Pirate's Life and some things going on. So maybe related to that. But we do see a Maui be inked and a body put on the board. And that is a little fragile baby boy named Tipo. Now here is, like you said, questing for 2. 2 is notably more than 1. Getting the popsicle back, replaying it to draw a card.
And this is turn 2 now of 5. So this Fumbles will get 1 more turn after this, and Chris will get 2 more turns after this.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I don't know. I thought it was turn number 3. But you're right. No. Or
0,
no, yeah.
1, 2. Yeah.
Yes, sorry. So yeah, this is 2. So yeah. So yeah, Fumbles has to be really calculative here. And he says, I don't need more than 2 pops. More than that is greedy. I got big plans. And
this was the best play I think Fumbles could have besides a Pirate's Life. But if he has a Pirate's Life in hand, this was the best play he could possibly have besides maybe a Shark and some actions. And so now we're on to turn 3. This will be Chris's second to last turn. So he has 2 turns to take the Lord lead.
Now, for those who don't know, popsicles, you can heal nothing. So that's one of the fun things that if you ever see someone doing like we mentioned, it's popsicles can just be chucked into the banish. Now, make sure you do that, because if you don't and you're playing, your opponent goes, yeah, what did you do there? That's when you're like, you have to be very tight about that kind of play. But there we go. We see a Sisu come in. Now Sisu is not going to do her ability of banishing,
Yeah.
but she's for 3 lore.
Sisu's a scary threat, but I think if Fumbles has a Be Prepared, the game is over with a quest and there will be no outs for Chris. And so we'll kind of go through the lines. This is Fumbles' last turn of time. Chris put the highest threat target lore-wise onto play and put Fumbles. Fumbles doesn't have a lot of cards. If he doesn't have the Be Prepared, that's 4 lore for Chris. So there's going to be no situation where Fumbles trades the Tamatoa into the Tipo, assuming he knows that it's the time rules and there's no draw. And so hopefully he's considering that, and both players realize what's going on here. We'd hate to see that in the top 4.
Well, our judges, they're omniscient, and yeah, they're probably whispering, "These are the rules," and just like so. I think, but it's the pressure of it all, right? Because this is like you said, this is his last time.
Yep.
No,
this is his last turn.
Oh,
yeah, and so if he had to Be Prepared, he would have quested and slammed it, and then that would have been the game. And so, funny enough, the McDuck Manor does not get the lore for turns.
Yeah,
we have seen that before, where someone would have won, but it didn't count because the game is over on that turn 5. And so, very, very sad situation to have that there.
Barons everywhere, real estate agents crying. But here we go, Visions. Yeah. He's looking. He's like, "Can I get a Pirate's Life? That'd be so cool, dude."
He still has enough if he found the Be Prepared to play it, and so he did not. Searching for another thing. He
Super
has
could be cool too. Super would be cool. I don't know if that'd be cool. But yeah, I mean that'd be a lore burst. And there is a child just sitting there. There he is.
Oh,
I said, you know, it'd be cool. Punching Tipo into orbit with a Goofy and gaining 2 lore.
Fumbles has to quest because this is his last time of turns. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's singing the Pirate's Life. So I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin. If Chris, I think having that Pirate's Life can put him over the edge where Chris could have had an out if he had a Pirate's Life. But now Sisu would put him to 5 and 7 versus 8. And so I think that is exactly checkmate. Unfortunately for Chris Anderson here.
And a spectacular combination of cards. Because like you mentioned, I mean, we were talking about, what about this? What about this? What about this? What happened?
Sorry, it could be Pirate's Life Super Goof for Chris to win it. So it's not checkmate.
Dang it. This deck. You're not catching me playing it at locals. Here we go. He says, I don't think I got it. Because, yeah, we see Manor, we see a Shark, we see a Tipo. But, yeah, you're right. And that's why this deck is so interesting, because it has the reach. It has ways to do lots of different things. It puts the pressure. It has the card draw, and then it has the reach. So we saw how reach, and it's interesting too, because Pirate's Life is reach, but also devastating, because it's both. It's not just saying I'm gaining lore, it's saying, and I take from you your hope, your future. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in and say, how did that feel? And the answer is, it was pretty crazy. I'm imagining.
All right, guys. Congratulations, Fumbles. That was a crazy match. Game 1 and 2 both kind of went how these Ruby Sapphire Shark games went. So how did you feel that went? And so unfortunately it had to go to time and sudden death rules. What was your game plan going into that game 3?
That game 3, I kept Curve into Shark, and I kept a Pirate's Life in hand. So my goal there was to get Shark down on 6, and if he doesn't Shark, I probably win the game there, just by having Shark and Pirate's Life. And if he does Shark me, well, I'm going to just turn my Shark sideways and make him have to sacrifice his Shark, gaining my Shark lore first, hopefully.
Yeah, I will say all 3 games, both players had the Shark on turn 4, which is I'm not that lucky. I do it maybe one a match. Katie, is there anything you wanted to ask Fumbles?
Oh, well, I mean,
I got you right as you eat the pizza.
I know. I was like, man, I've been trying so hard. I've had a single slice of pizza that I've had in my hand for an hour. But I do have a question. You have one Maleficent Monstrous Dragon. So tell me about how you said, get in here, lady. Get in here, you old bird. And what it is about that makes that card where you're like, I need just one as a treat.
So Red Blue is pretty popular right now. And Mal Dragon has always been one of the best cards in the mirror match. And so being able to basically make Hades inkable is essentially what it is right now. Because in the normal list, you play 2 Hades. So one of those Hades becomes Maldragon, and they essentially do the same thing, but one is inkable, right? So it's just to cut down on inkables a little bit. But that card is like one of the best cards in the matchup. So not specifically, didn't know I was playing a red blue mirror, right? But it's it's a powerhouse in the matchup, both against items and against the quintessential DKP list.
Yeah, and I think that's so interesting because you have to check for every other deck, but also the mirror, because this is a very popular deck. J-Bomb said statistically unlikely, but here in the ICL, mirror matches feel like they just are kind of like statistically it's going to happen, unfortunately or fortunately, because we got to see 2 players who know and love their decks. Which, speaking of that, we have Chris, who is over there carpet bagging across the world. So tell me about what you whispered to that carpet bag to make sure that it found you every game, and why you think it's been so effective in this meta.
I played a lot of visions and develops and popsicles and whatnot, so you can get away with playing one of like carpet bag, and usually since you see about 2/3 of your deck across it, I got it sooner rather than later in those games. And honestly, I don't know. Game 1 was great because I got to put it with the Tamatoa, but Game 3 it kind of was terrible because
not what you wanted in that time situation.
Yeah, exactly. The game was very, very in a game like that. But yeah, carpet bag's typically very, very good. I'd like to watch back my second game. I feel like I had multiple times since I had the carpet bag going. I don't know. I didn't feel, but luckily it's on camera, so I'm sure I'll be able to see all of my displays.
Yeah.
No.
Chris, what was your game plan being on the play going into that, knowing how little time you guys had left? Is there anything different you did with your altars? Like I Fumble said he kept the Pirate's Life. Walk us through what your game plan was there.
Just have a good curve, play the game like normal. Obviously, the value of Pirate's Lives are a little bit higher than normal, but I think the best plan is just to get a shark going. Like you said, you have a turn 4 shark, like that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I had on the play, and I had a McDuck Manor to follow it up, and normally it'd be good, but it just wasn't really good.
Right.
So I don't know. I think I don't know. That was a weird game.
It was a bad time to cut hideaways, though. I will say that I cut a hideaway right before this match.
I cut my hideaways for brawls as well.
So we were both not expecting to probably play red blue mirrors.
Yeah.
And that is the story of set champs, where everyone tonight and as they go to bed will be like, I'm going to put this card away. And then tomorrow you'll be like, it's all aggro. Where are my brawls? And so that's Disney Lorcana, fellas. We love it.
Or you can just play like 64, 65 cards and play them.
Yeah, right.
Play Visions of Beyond.
And then someone screams in pain. They're like, 61 cards, I'll die. And I'm like, what do I not know?
You have Visions of Beyond. You can get anything. It's fine.
Yeah, right. With Visions, I can see anything. But it was exactly. I did say this game is very exciting if you're into this sort of thing, and there are people who are into Ruby Sapphire mirror matches. I'll look now. Last question to both of you. Bumbles, are you someone where you're like, this is fun, let's see what we're up to, or are you someone that's like, I cry every time?
I'm known in the discords of a natural complainer. I always think I'm losing. And red blue makes you think that way a lot.
Yes.
But I just love playing this game, and playing against really cool people like Chris here, and I love Lorcana and the community. Smile.
Yeah. I have one more quick question for Chris. In game 2 early, you had to ink 2 sharks, and you still had 4 or 5 cards in your hand. Were you just clogged with uninkables, or what caused you to have to ink those? Because I know they're very valuable resources and not something you prefer to ink.
Yeah, lots of uninkables, I'm pretty sure. And that was a long time ago. I've had to use all of my brain power by then, so I can't remember exactly what was going on, but I knew that I had 3 sharks. I inked 2 of them, but I still had the third. I think I kept a hero to all because I think that card's really important. I was on the draw, so I was on the back foot, and I think that card is important to have one. So
Gotcha.
Maybe it's okay to do double shark. I don't know, but it just felt like the right thing to do at the time.
Yeah, understood.
I don't know. Could definitely be wrong, but I don't know. I just made the intuitive play for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally understand.
Yeah,
Well,
I wasn't happy to ink that second shark. The first shark of 3,
No.
I'm okay with.
yeah,
Second
first
one, I
one
was
you're
like,
like, all right.
fine.
Go next.
Don't worry, we all gasped. The crowd went when we saw that one being so. But that was quite the game. I mean, it was. I mean, I don't think there was a moment where anybody was like, "Wow, this." I mean, it was just very swingy as far as where the momentum was going. So thank you
Yeah,
both
shark
for
moves are a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
yeah, and just making sure that we could see every minute and then some, and showing us our first sudden. I don't want to call it sudden banishment. Is that better?
Sudden death.
No, we can't. Not here.
Yeah, nothing
Not now.
dies
Not
in
like
Lorcana.
this. Yes,
banished.
sudden banishment.
Oh,
But either
gotcha.
way, it
Turns
is
into
now
ink.
a 1-1, which as we hate to see for people who want to win everything, we do like to see going into a game 3. But before we do, we'll do our sign off. So we will start with you, Chris. Where can people follow you? Any shout outs you have? This is your time.
Yeah, I am on Twitter a little bit, not as much lately, but still a little bit. Just Cran is my Twitter username. Other than that, I'm kind of semi-retired, so don't have very much
Oh.
content going on. I get to play a little bit more over summer vacation, but I'm in
Yeah,
school
I
right
mean, you
now,
cracked
so
your knuckles and came out here. It seemed like
yeah.
you were not retired. So I guess.
Oh yeah. Summer vacation I can play, but once August rolls back around, I'm probably going back into my cave for another 9 months
Yeah.
and hit the books.
All right. All right.
But yeah, shout out to the lounge. Shout out to all my friends in Indy. Play Lorcana. Yeah, that's about it.
Perfect. Well, we love it. And we'll throw it on over to Fumbles.
What's up? Yo, shout out to Katie and J-Bomb for casting this game. Shout out to the SLTC. You guys are my family. Shout out to New York City Lorcana. We are, pretty good, and I can't wait to come to events with my group. And then if you want to follow for anything, at Botsu109, follow that Twitter account for actual good advice because that guy wins tournaments. Shout out Tyler.
He does it and then he did it again. Like, what a sicko that he was like, I'm going to win. And then they're like, hey, get over here. Guess what? You're going to win again. I saw him like hastily eating trail mixes. He's like, I'm sorry. I just have to win another tournament.
Yep, sounds about right.
I've never seen anything like it, all while being just a nice guy. He didn't yell at me at all, even though he was trying to go to the bathroom and eat trail mix between victories.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for joining us on this game. Chris, a special thank you. You have done so much for the Ruby Sapphire early community. I was there right with you in set 3, and so you have given a lot to the community, especially with, as Fumble said, your deck building and just your skills and willing to help people. And so we all appreciate that here at the ICL. And Fumbles, I love watching you play. You're sitting in there every day, all day, and so keep it up. I come in, I say, how are you doing? You say, I'm not good, man. And I don't know if I'm supposed to stay or not. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But
you hand him a Dunkin' and say, you're not yourself when you haven't had your dunks.
Yeah.
And then he says, thanks, man. So I love it. So we did it. Family. So yeah, that's done. We did it. This is a wrap. We're going to go back to the booth. But thank you both. What a game. And now it is all important as JDC. He has a lot of cooler words. It's game 3. But we're going to go ahead into the booth. And thank you both so much.
All right. Back to the booth, where I will say my goodbyes to you, Katie, as you have another match to cast with, I believe,
Color is law. But this has been very exciting because we've never gotten to cast before, and this was very exciting because we didn't talk about meat at all. I thought we were going to talk about meat nonstop, but instead we just got to meet each other.
My biggest fear was I was going to get stuck in a loop of a bit that wouldn't end, and I would not have seen any of the match.
No, I mean, I'm in the bit genjutsu. It's ADG HD genjutsu. Either way, it was a pleasure. So before you say goodbye, where can people find and follow your nitrate-free adventures?
You can find me at jbomb1234 on Twitter. You can find me at jbombtcg on YouTube. I do Alter Academy every Monday. Next week we've got the Steel Song. I don't even know if I would have called that it's the Aurora Resend deck that got top 4 at PPG. And also, I post a lot of World Class Cards videos for my team World Class Cards. Come join our Metafy. We do great things there, and it is very fun. But it's been a pleasure casting with you, and I'm excited to watch this third match. But for now, I'll get out of your guys' hair.
Yeah, now you get to go into the audience and eat some pizza. I have one right here if you want one. Come on over.
I do. I'm so hungry.
I am dying. Either way, I'm excited. So good night to J-Bomb, and hello, color is love.
Oh, we did it. Oh no.
What? Did it. Why? Why are you so sad?
Ignore my room.
Listen,
right here.
Green screens, they are a blessing and a curse.
I know, right?
This is time. This is what people want. This is the semifinals. This is game 3.
I am so fired up.
We saw 7 banishment for the first time ever.
That was crazy. I'm like sitting here. I was like editing one of the videos because we just recorded tonight of the Allies on the Other Side. I'm recording it, and I like look over and almost flip my desk. I was like, if he has a Pirate's Life, and then he had 2, I was like, had to stop editing, completely not paying attention to what I was doing anymore. Absolutely locked in.
Wild business, and certainly wild in the sense that it's 2 decks that are like, I want to play slow and methodically, and we said, you better speed it on up,
speed it up, go faster. Yeah. And the cool thing is like, yeah, you're like, okay, this is what we want to see. We want to see this and this and this. And they were like, okay, what if we went faster? What if we goofed or goofed into this and that? And T-Po's just gonna spell book, and I was there for the whole thing. It was
it was rare. I was there all too well. But it is now game 3. It is two teams both alike in dignity, and fair Lorcana, where we lay our scene. It is SLTC.
Dignity on the line? Oh,
yeah, no. I don't know. Are they like in dignity? Chat. Vote. Are both teams like in dignity? Don't.
Who has dignity in this game?
Don't actually.
This game on purpose.
It's 2 decks that the first one, here's the thing. I met Jack Shadow this weekend, and I was like, this is such a nice guy. But I just saw the name of his deck. I don't know if I like him anymore.
Wait, what did it say? Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I think he's kind of mean. I don't know. It's weird because like so I'm kind of like,
it's Vin bad. Yeah.
So I'm not feeling good right now. But we have another deck that also makes me feel ouchy in my tummy.
This is the deck that I know Franz for. I met him in Atlanta, and this is what he was playing. Woo! And I was playing it too. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw this card in it. He was like, don't do that. And so we ran some reps the night before. And no, he was playing another deck, but we were discussing this deck because this card was being released in Atlanta. Oh, yeah. We had that weird half meta where like the main event was this, but the side events were that. So this is what I know him for. This card.
Yeah, this card? Spoiler alert. And it could be, the thing is, if it's a discard, guess what? It could be.
No, I said this card, and then I said which card. But then you spoiled it.
Oh yeah, I did it. But that was me. She was just making that joke for a fun reason.
Yeah.
Now we see 2 champion mats. Actually 1.4 or 1.8. It's tough to say what the fraction is on Franz's side. But we also see some very, very nice. I'm really liking that little kiwi bird. I think that's the American woodcock.
Yeah,
is that the American woodcock?
It is American. It's American woodcock. That is what that little.
I feel really bad. Kiwis are cute, so I really kind of think we should talk about that later. But
so it's the fact that you can't like say in a like out of context saying like American woodcock isn't as like, and people are like, is that a kiwi? And you're like, you know what? Yeah, because I'm not.
Wait, so he named the deck kiwi because he couldn't say American?
Well, it was.
That's complicated. All right. Yes. Either way. So yeah, apparently there's a sign, but it's just, I mean, we could talk about the playmats all day, but instead we're going to see a tale of 2 things. Color, did you coin the term "do the thing"?
No, I took that straight from Ed because when Ed was like, I was doing like Ruby Amethyst things, and he'd be like, "Do the thing," and I was like, for the life of me, did not know what the thing was. For the life of me, and he would just do the thing. Just do the thing. And it stressed me out into oblivion. So
I am so glad that all of us have been traumatized by Ed. Yeah. Because, whenever I ink, I go, am I inking because I need to, or am I inking because I want to?
It's Bad Vegas' signature. All right.
We're caught in a Bad Vegas. And
yeah, just do the thing is what Ed would say. And I would literally like be messaging people being like, like, what is the thing? And he'd be saying it as if it were obvious. Oh, we ink a Piglet to play a Daisy. Okay,
Yeah,
this is not what Justin
always
plays.
here all the time. So Justin, Mr. Jack, Justin Shadow Man, top hat extraordinaire. Yeah, coming out the door with the Daisy and saying, I want to let you know right now, I'm here to quest fast banish
a morph to play a morph. So we didn't get a turn 1 on Franz's side, which is unfortunate because if Emerald players definitely want a very specific Emerald card on turn 1, and we didn't see that, but we saw the morph, so we might have like our curve bird, but we'll see.
Now,
a Lawrence.
The good news is he knows that, this morph is sitting pretty because Daisy, she's not singing anything. And morph could be anything, including a space pirate. Not yet, but that's the kind of the beauty of a morph here. So
it could be a beast, and that
it could be a beast.
Just as scary, honestly.
Yeah, Diablo beast, space pirate. That's why morph is so beautiful and hated by everyone. I'm just kidding. Morph, not a lot of people have beef with because he's fine on his own. But he's gonna at least survive 1 turn because these 2 characters on the board, they cannot sing. They are just here to quest, get lore, and apparently give out 1 free space pirate to any paying customer. So yeah, we're seeing here, is he able to shift? Does he want to go wider? He knows this is a steel deck, so that removal could come at any moment. So, there's merit to both plans.
Yeah, and it would be if he wanted to shift it into anything else. Well, he can't shift because he doesn't have one, and then he plays Pete. So that makes a little bit more sense. So that allows him to go a bit wider. So if he wants to shift that space pirate next turn, he definitely can. And then he could have, he could shift it 2 ways. He's got 2 options to shift.
Pete's 2 ways.
Yeah, the Pete 2 ways. And then we can sing strength a little bit strengthier, which we see Justin inking a strength to play a lady that falls straight into a war crime of Piglet. There she is. He is. They are.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. A little child once asked me, "What's Piglet's gender?" And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
a baby pig. Yeah, it's a baby pig.
Yeah, he's a pig. I don't know. I've never thought about it. He's just
their gender is anxiety. That is what.
Well,
Piglets
then count me
gender
in.
Is.
But here we go. We went wide. We quested because we know at a certain point he's against a deck that can discard. It's not really firing that way yet. He has a deck that has the ability to challenge, so he's kind of just hedging his bets by going wide right now. Now the downside is none of these characters can sing, and we did see him ink strength or raging fire, so it seems to go he is going full aggro at this point.
Yeah, he is not singing, as we see an enchanted Bruno go into the inkwell and then shifting on top of the morph, opting not to shift the Pete so we can sing the strength onto the poor Piglet.
He never gets, he's on, there's a few characters in this game that it's on site. And we get to see 2 here. Daisy taken down by that Pete who takes no damage, no light work, no reaction. And then Piglet, which never gets to do anything cool. It was just so sad.
Piglet takes too much lore and brings it to the table, and we can't have that. So now we are going to put down the Calhoun, and a dock, and we're going to discard a storm. So the Calhoun is good because it can kind of fight back for the Pete, but then it doesn't matter. We're going sideways. We're playing dock. We're drawing 2 cards, and we're saying, take your Pete army and do something about it.
And it makes sense because at this point, Franz has a lot of cool stuff he can do. Justin has
that guy.
He has a lot less cool things he can do than turn cards sideways and maybe menace with the Calhoun. The singing portion of the evening has been canceled. There are some bodies here that can hold damage, so I'm sure that Smee is a succulent target. But yeah, I mean, Jack Shadows is trying to get as much value as he can before he sees some of this mischief, like the Muse
comes down, and that is not. We only have 1-2 targets, so I mean, at least. Well, the Bruno is a little bit worse, but we do have 2 cards in hand, so that's a little less than a Dragonfire like Bruno can typically be. So we will see if we're going to get something. Let's just hope he doesn't get another dock. I mean, or for Franz, I'm sure he hopes that he would rip a dock. So
number 2 is, that's confusing. Oh yeah,
it's a baby Rhino, which is honestly the best case for Justin, unless that was the best card in his hand.
Oh gosh, and then I'm so sorry, Justin.
Yeah, yikes.
So here we go. We're gonna
Muse's bounce lady. Ooh,
which could be quite nice.
Daring.
Yes. because that could double the value here next turn. But he's just cleaning house. He's saying, you know what? Do what you want, because now I got the muses. You have little weenie strength characters. So now that I got muses online, she's never going sideways. You're the one that has to deal with this.
I mean, I want you bounce my dock. You know what I mean? That would be great. However, bouncing lady is good. Those are kind of two bad situations there. Like if you bounce the dock,
yes,
you're going to give him more cards. You bounce a lady, you potentially just play a Calhoun for free, and that's fine. And then we can play a Cinderella. So our singers are here if we have a song. Now, one card in hand against a discard deck is not the most fun we've ever had, but Pete is eternal against this deck. So.
Yeah, and it's fun because I mean, we did see a time where World's Greatest Criminal Mind, it's kind of, you know, find them flat on World's Greatest Criminal Mind. They're only good if the meta makes it good. Like if it comes a point where it's critical that like you have to.
Look what it is. It's a Pete. Ooh. Okay.
So yeah, we got to get, well, no, we got to get, who needs to be in the Cove right now? I guess Pete.
He needs to be bigger.
Yeah, we need him. Pete, you're fine. I don't think you fit. It's for a bird. It's not made for you.
This isn't your cove.
We see him like getting.
You don't go here. Ugh.
Okay, well, he's
get the
in there.
muses out of here too.
Muse, you have Ward. What are you doing in there? But they can challenge for more. I guess they can really punch those little guys into space now.
Yeah, instead of knocking Doc into banishment, he's going to ground him into a Find Mist, and that's fine.
To make your bread, which is actually Disney. Here we go. We are seeing a rare and unseen sideways muse, which is kind of crazy business. But
battle muse at that. That's not something you usually see. But yeah, I would see no songs. No songs. Muse's ability is useless. We're gonna Pete this turn. Rip it right off the top. And another Cindy.
Yeah. So now a Cindy plus a Calhoun. I mean, the muses would not take out the Calhoun. So the math kind of makes it. So it makes me believe he's like, I'm never going to see a song again. That time of my life is over. It's time to get my 2 lore and call it a day. But we're going to start here with the nice little quest. Get up to 13, a nice leisurely 13.
Nice leisurely 13. Yeah, it does. The Cove does invalidate the Calhoun crackback a little bit more. So it does make the quest safe there. And we're not really seeing any songs. We don't have any cards in hand. So we do have a wide board, but like, what are they doing? What are we doing?
Well, yeah, because
Justin notably loves turning Calhoun sideways. He is the beatdown, and it has a lore on it, and he's going to get his lore.
Now in the Cove, because it gives you +1 strength, but technically Cindy could attack or challenge for 1, and then Calhoun could finish.
Nope, he wanted his lore, and that is definitely.
And he said, "I shall get." Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, at this point, he has to do spot removal. He has to do challenging. So I mean, it's kind of.
Yeah, if we don't have a song, then we are cooking.
But
and
first
if we have a song, that's the whole. We'll see.
Yeah.
They are Pete locked. So we're definitely just hanging out. We're gonna do some trades. They are favorable because of that Cove, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
So the top of our deck will decide what is happening here. And typically,
is it a dock? It feels like it's always, but it's tough to say because, the pressure here is now getting worse and worse because whatever he plays here, he's against a discard deck. So it's like ink or play it or forever hold your peace because there could be a sudden chill coming through the air. In this case, okay, we're going to draw a card. And he says, you can't do it. Said no.
Yeah, I was about to say that Pete's ability. But then we can do 2 more damage to draw a card, but the card is a little more useless because we cannot exert to sing songs because Pete says no fun. You get no fun, no songs. I'm a pirate, but I don't sing any shanties because why would I? Or maybe no. Yeah.
No, he can't sing Pirate's Life canonically unless it's in Heroic, a format where you have singleton deck. Anyway, so that's a one time he could sing Pirate's Life. But here we go, inking a John Silver, which John Silver is very good at saying, I'm going to change the math a little bit. It's going to make it where your chosen character can't challenge next turn. But in this case, I think he's hoping he's going to magically come into some nice cards and be able to play them. And, with this card, income or play him, and he couldn't play him.
Yeah. Yeah, these trades are going to look pretty good for Franz at this point. We're starting to do the thing, and now Justin is I don't think no cards in hand, so the top of our deck has to just be gas from now on. And now Little Rhino is not gas. It's okay because it gives Pete -1, maybe now Pete's a 4 or 5. That seems fun.
Yeah, why? Come on, little guy. Yeah. Don't be scared. You should be scared. because we got a double singer on the board, an enchanted double singer. So really, it's kind of it's Franz's party, and we're here watching, and we're gonna watch him get obliterated and draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Because well, no,
just draw 1 because he doesn't want to do damage to his own. Just to be able to draw a card. He could take out his own muses, and that would be hysterical. However, I don't think Franz is that kind of player.
No, he's taking on to his Ursula there.
Oh, he does. Just draw the card and then murder whoop and just whoop. Oh, he bounced his own muses. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Emerald cards are fun. So he's saying double saying damage his own muse, bounced it, replayed it. Now Ursula is healthy and
healthy, back and rested, and then she's gonna go ahead and take 2 more damage. Do we undo
reversing?
Okay, so we're okay. So we are rewinding.
It doesn't count.
And for those that don't know, it's because Cove gives you +1 strength. Muses says you can bounce something with less than or 2 or less strength. Therefore, being in the Cove, you thought? Guess what? You invalidated your master plan. So unfortunately, Ursula is still going to hang out, but she's fine. Don't worry, guys, because we see a Pete there, and he's going to stop the double singing, but it's a lot. Jack Shadows has a lot of journey ahead of him with 1 Pete on board.
Yeah, we really needed that piglet to stay alive earlier, stay unbanished. We needed them to survive, so that way we would be there. But the Pete off the top is fine, but that does give Franz an extra turn to kind of enact their game plan. And we're seeing the table tap math. So we did put a chip and a Diablo into play to kind of get us closer to game. Well, that is a beautiful Muses target, but we are going to go up to 18 and pray that Franz doesn't have a song.
Yeah, a song. Who needs them? And that's kind of the thing, is how many songs do you put in your deck? And the answer is you usually put quite a critical mass, because otherwise the Muses are useless. He has 2 cards. He's not slamming them down, so he is being calculated here, because we have, as we call it, Lorthal or story or game on board.
Just game. Yeah, there's some things. Yeah, I just game on board.
Know.
I don't want to be too fancy with it, because
Friday I can get a little funky. I've had a pizza next to me for 2 hours that I can't eat. I'm gonna call it.
You guys love calling it Lorthal, and I just don't.
Well, now it's fun. Now it's
that. We have the song, so then we bounce the We were thinking about how we wanted to go about this, because
Yeah, because I mean, he's low on resources. At the end of the day, he never got out that cute little Prince John, so he has not been drawing a ton of cards. By a ton, I mean any, but he does still have 2 cards in hand. So I don't want to say that Franz is gonna. I mean, but we have
a bigger hamster, and the hamster does not have 2 power. It is not a Muse target, and I feel a little bit better about this. But Franz is in such a good position. We do have Bruno, which is basically a Dragonfire. So
yes,
I think Franz is looking pretty good. Yeah,
he's quested and saying, and that it's interesting, because I mean, there's so few songs that can take care of a Rhino with his resist 2, but you know what can do it absolutely 100% of the time? Just
Bruno with no cards in hand. That'll do it. Yeah.
Yep. So as a heads up, just make sure you wait to a moment to see if they understand what happened. Because if you start explaining that Bruno means you have to discard the card right away, and the person knows that, they might cry or yell.
Really interesting.
Yeah, if you're because man, I don't know if you've had that happen to you, where they go, and that means that you have to, and you're like, you don't have to say I know means it's discarded.
You're like, I know it's an Emerald Dragonfire. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, so that's how we saw that piglet. That sweet baby pirating a boat. He's a captain, and he's not a pirate. He's just a captain, and he's by himself on a little boat.
He's just a captain, which is honestly a lot of responsibility for such a tiny, anxiety-ridden piglet.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that I don't like being mansplained, because I mean, it could be a woman. Anyone telling me that I have to discard a card once I know that my 1 card it was safe. I played it, and I just got a card that wasn't in my hand discarded. Like that is just. I mean, a horse could explain it to me, and I would lose my mind. I'd say, "Why can't you talk and leave me alone?"
Yeah, there's other issues in here, but
it's not.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, and once you get discarded, it is you're in a certain mind place to begin, like mind space to begin with. So if somebody's like, you're already like coming to terms with it, and you're like, the card is going to the discard, and they're like, and by the way, that means that you're gonna have to, and you're like, nobody asked you.
You thought it was safe. You thought you put it in, you put it into play. You're like, haha, you play it or ink it, because otherwise it'll be gone. And they go, but what about this? Have you heard this one before? You're like,
well, and that's definitely what this deck wants to do. It wants to get you down to no cards. So then all of a sudden that Bruno is the most powerful card in your deck. And it doesn't matter what's on the board. It could be the biggest, hamsterest, most balled up. I have no idea. It could just be that menace.
Hamster inside a hamster ball. I thought about that the other day. You can put a rhino inside of shift rhino and then put him inside a hamster ball. You can hamster it all the way up.
You could, and then it would just be like resist +3, really, and which is terrible. That's a terrible.
But it's funny.
It's a fine card.
Listen. You want to have fun or do you want to win? I like to win and have fun, but I usually don't do either. So here we go into game.
No, having fun and winning are separate things that happen.
Yeah, sometimes some people.
Yeah. I want to win when I'm on the ICL, but if I was playing heroic, I want to have fun, and I never win, literally ever.
You never win. That's not true. I've seen you.
Not on heroic. I have not won a game.
Well, that's because you invite sickos. You invite. But we do have in the chat. We have Stone Dragon Apprentice. I assume that's Tomas. Did he drop the Tomas from his name?
He's just an apprentice now.
Yeah, or does he have like an apprentice?
Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be terrible? What kind of human would become an apprentice to Tomas?
What? I like Tomas. He's a crazy little guy.
You never know what he's up to. I want to learn everything.
I do. I want to know what that little guy's up to.
Princess?
Yeah, what's he up to? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, he was at PPG on Saturday and Friday.
Yeah, he's a completely
and unbiased. He was there for the vibes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I met Tomas many times, but I didn't know if this was like his apprentice.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, but either way, it's the real one. But we have
So this just in, Tomas is responsible for Braden's Twitter. Everybody, lock that in. Remember that.
Yeah. So wow.
Turn 1 Rhino. All right. Let's see if Ron's can get their turn what.
Because this hamster, I feel so bad. All weekend I called him this hamster, Rhino. Rhino, he can do a couple things here. Now, turn 1, it's kind of a bummer because he doesn't get to do that cool little -1.
Pass.
But he can sing.
Sunshine pass.
Yeah. So he can't, never mind. I was going to say he can take care of a turn 1 Diablo. No, he can't. He can do whatever he wants.
Turn 2 shift. And we do have the turn 2 shift Rhino. And that card is a menace until Franz can establish something more substantial than an empty board. Ooh. But he's going to, because it's turn 2. Yeah.
So here we go. What songs do you got? And he's got one song for sure. Just kidding. You thought, haha, I don't have any songs. I just have singers.
I just have singers and a doc.
So he did, as pointed out, so he inked a song, but I'm always, when I see a song inked, I'm like, but songs are so important. But that Ursula, you have to play around her. She's a problem. She's a deceiver, sometimes a deceiver of all. In this case, just a deceiver.
Just a deceiver.
Just give her
which
time.
Is like super confusing tags to throw on.
And they don't shift,
the same deck.
by the way. Yeah. No. So here we go. Yeah, and there we go. Going wider.
We love it. A good 2-1 on 3. I love it. The value. But then we still do. Franz has the world open to them at this point because 3 is such an interesting turn. Like, do you establish the PJ because there's going to be like no way to interact with it? Do you go with the deceiver of all because you could set up a muses next turn, or we just Pete and don't allow you to do anything with any of your songs that you could draw?
Now, I did play against Franz at Continentals, not in an official capacity, but in a ha-ha for fun. And when he played Pete, he would wait. And now I hear that every time, like the little crosswalk guy. Oh, please let that little pig live. Please. This is my Christmas wish. Bless my Christmas wish. Just let that little pig. Please, Pete, don't sing a song. If you sing a song, Christmas will be canceled this year, and you're not getting any presents.
But Pete's never not getting presents anyway. And I feel like my daughter always asks me, like, is Pete the bad guy? And I'm like, I think Pete is a bad guy. But then if you watch other shows, he's not such a bad guy. He's just misunderstood. So I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't get any Christmas presents, but he's going to be singing something. Poor Franz is in trouble.
Yes, because now we see I don't want peace, I want problems only. Because we have the little Piglet, but I mean, I don't know. There's lots of little things that can be a bigger problem later. But here we go. Ursula Deceiver, who? Ursula Deceiver of all. Will she survive? That's now the big question, because that's another on-site card. You see her get out, is usually. Now, we do know one strength was in the inkwell, but we just docked into 2 new cards.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
We can't wait for it. Piglet is never going to see the light of day, but that's okay, because if Piglet goes, I guess you're sort of fine with that.
I don't feel fine.
Because
I literally
that
said it
means
was
that
my one Christmas wish, but
Franz
yeah.
ended up having to sing the storm on Piglet to draw a card to potentially ink, so their hand might be a bit gunked up. And then we did ink a chip, so that's less discard, which is probably a bit useless into Justin's game plan here. Let's get on over here, Doc. Join your friends.
Yeah, come on in. You know, maybe bring a friend. But Piglet, thank God, Piglet,
Take us back.
I'm so scared. And then we're gonna pay 1 for Daisy, because here's, as we have seen, this is not a deck that's running under the sea. This is a deck that needs to work for it. Now, they can work, and we've seen it work. And we saw one big problem, which is that Pete that can turn into Big Pete No Sing, Pete Space Pirate. But he's gone, and he turned into 2 lore. And now things are looking a little nice for Mr. Shadows.
Yeah, Muses would be pretty good here for Franz, because we could double sing, bounce a couple things, and move on with our lives. But it's definitely seeming as if their hand is a little bit more gunked up than they want it to be because of the sequencing from last turn. I think that the Doc is going to live forever, because, hey, look at that. What if we bounced the Piglet back to your hand and it's the Rhino? That's probably better. Oh, and we do have cards in hand, so it's not a Dragonfire this go around.
Yeah, so we're doing the old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we got the middle one, which is Baby Hamster.
Baby Rhino. He has been Bruno'd a few times today.
Yeah, now notably, the audience has pointed out he did not quest to that Doc. Now he could be setting up for some kind of Rapunzeling trap, because that Daisy is better as a quester, Piglet's better as a quester. Doc could hold 2 damage, but we shall see what he has in his hand. It's certainly not a Rhino, but there's 3 cards now.
Maybe he has a plan for that Doc, and maybe he kept the Doc around to keep Piglet to be more potent.
A potent Piglet.
Potent Piglet. I didn't love saying it, but we are going to ink the Rhino to play a Pete to play another Piglet.
Yeah, he said, I want to hedge my Piglet bets.
Yeah,
all right.
And then Franz said, absolutely not, I'm done. Yeah, he said, too many pigs, and we're out of here. Is there a herd? I'm sure it's
so he didn't quest with the Doc because he says, I don't need to. And like you said, it hedges your Piglet bets. Piglet is only good if paired with some friends, because maybe, you know, it's tough to say. When you have Ursula's who can sing twice, you really want, but either way, that Doc, he got him to 2 cards, and we won. And now we're going into game 3. This one's for quite literally. So at Wonder's house, he has a room where it's all the marbles. And that's how he plays Marbles Run. And this is why we're running the ICL, is so we can give this one's for all the marbles. Possibly. But we are going to see Franz on the play. We have not seen him do Diablo stuff at all. Right?
I know we haven't seen Diablo yet, and that is kind of odd for Franz, because we know that he usually likes to see tons of birds. He's a bird enthusiast, as some would say.
He wants Diablo to stay rotated in. Is that a thing? Reprinted. There we go. So yeah.
Reprint. Rotate him just back around and actually
360 that bird.
Yeah, 360 him out of infinity and everywhere else. But no, Franz likes the birds. He needs more birds in his life, and I don't know, against this matchup is not really great usually when you do start seeing early birds like that, because you do have Ursula and 2 to snatch the songs, which are your Diablo answers. So it does,
it's rough.
And he's missed turn 1 at least, both games, which again, not great when you want to establish your game plan.
Well, I will say, chat, this is the last game of the night and the last game for one of these teams in this season.
It's game 3 of match 3 of I always get that messed up, but we're on 3 of 3.
It's 3-3, yeah, and this is for who's going to play in the finals. So in the chat, make sure you cheer for who you want and be very public, and so that way, if you're wrong, we can all say, hey, I thought you cared, I thought you guys were friends, this is so awkward. But either way, I think it's going to go pretty fast. And we will see. It's all really up to these. Like, it's very crazy that the first few turns, it's
Yeah,
very
the first
opposite of the last game where it was like
turn
nothing
one is
happened.
very important. Yes.
But
And
so
we will
much
see how-
happens in the first couple turns in these two decks. They can be just spectacularly shifting and doing all sorts of amazing things. So yeah, shout out to your homies in the chat, and they'll feel it through
vibes. Send your vibes.
Yeah, send your penguin cards.
I was
Anyway.
like, which, consequently enough, is what Tomas was collecting on Saturday, is what he told me.
What?
So he was
Tomas,
there for
what are you up
vibes.
to?
Vibes.
Oh, vibes. I thought you meant the card.
Yeah.
I was like, Tomas, I don't want to be.
He's like, no. He's like playing. I'm like, you don't play penguins. But
so, Habibi, we cannot have SLT in 3 because it is 1-1. So I appreciate you stand by it, but that is a foregone conclusion. But either way, I like his vibes though. He's excited for perhaps taking away a win.
He said he wants the underdog, and Justin is super unfavored here.
They will win in 3. So winning in 3 does not mean 3-0. It means that
I don't know. You guys keep saying sports stuff, and I just keep nodding.
Well, to be fair, one person said sports things, and Luke got excited because it made JDZ laugh, and he's like, "I'll do anything to make JDZ laugh."
I know, right? Getting a laugh from JDZ is like on point.
Like,
yes, oh man,
it's a flower in your cap. Call it macaroni. All right, so winning.
I looked up the lyrics of that song one time, and it's very disappointing. But anyway,
yeah, call the macaroni. But here we go. They are altering to see. I gotta get the good stuff. Franz wants to draw cards. I like some sports. I like football sort of, but you don't have football where you're from. You have like football maybe in Canada. I don't know. What? Anyway,
wow. Katie doesn't know anything about Canada either.
Yeah, I know a lot about Canada actually.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
tell us 5 facts about Canada right now. I'm gonna pull a JDZ on you. And
No,
we ink a chip.
just-
And do not pass, Franz. Do not pass the turn.
He did it. Yeah, Franz
I-
said, "I'm here for a bad time, not a good time." That's
He
the
did pass
saying.
the turn. Yeah.
So are we gonna see a Daisy on one? No, he didn't pass. Did he pass? He did. Oh my god! I
He
thought maybe
did.
it was like he's just gesturing, like "I love you, man." But no, that wasn't.
Yeah.
pass.
No, it was.
Name 5 Canadians. Don Cherry. I'm gonna start with a deep cut there because guess what? I
Piglet
played,
into the inkwell.
and yeah, there. Because we know Piglet, he's not playing this game. He is absolutely not.
Not an
Playing.
on the draw pig. He can't
Catherine
save
O'Hara.
the person.
Then we have.
Pierre
Will we
Marc.
get something on 2?
Just start naming all the Canadians I know personally.
Yeah. Rick Moranis counts for 3 because he's super awesome. Then we're done. We did it.
Oh,
I started with
all
Don
right, cool.
Cherry because, anyway, we'll tell you later, but we're going to go ahead and see because this is very important for Franz. We're having fun. Franz isn't.
We ink another chip, I think. Oh, no, we ink a strength to play a sudden
A
chill.
sudden
We're
chill,
hard
just
casting it.
That feels
Oh.
interesting.
Oh, that doesn't feel great. But
Yeah.
that means turn 3 is gonna be lit. So we're gonna discard a
Turn
Daisy.
3. We will have producer get those disco lights ready because turn 3 is going to be
It's gonna be lit. No, yeah. We are just biding our time. Yeah, we're gonna ink a large rhino. We are inking crazy in dis.
I'm sorry, everybody's ears, but I just saw something I've never
seen.
seen. There's 4 ducks. He
there's
discarded
4s.
a duck to play Franz. I don't know.
I
That
also
is-
know that a group of ducks on land is called a waddling. So you guys are witnessing a waddling all over.
So grab a
Franz's
bottle
life,
and let your daisies waddle because my goodness.
Oh,
Like, could you
Oh.
imagine? I'm sorry. Listen.
Oh.
Yeah, stop.
Sure.
Don't do any
Yes.
actions.
just please stop what you're doing because it's awful and it's not fair. And stop waddling.
Now, muses could vibrate spectacularly in the words of JDZ.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
but this is going to be a turn where we're going to see what daisies
What are we gonna
do
get?
here. So
Daisy's
here we go.
on
Okay, that's
Diablo.
good.
See, okay, that's so now Daisy's Franz's date.
Okay, and
Franz's
this is
date
all
again.
for
Yeah.
back.
And then we're gonna
Okay.
okay. So we did draw Franz 2 cards of very
Very important.
potent things, and that can shift on to the current Pete and absolutely eat one of those ducks.
Yeah. Now, eat 1 duck. That's the problem here. Is it can eat a single duck. So yeah, I mean he's gonna have to make the most economy here as he can. So we're gonna see Beast Tragic Hero. No time for that. And we'll go straight into the party here of shifting that Pete into Space Pirate Pete and see where is he gonna start making a succulent duck meal.
Yes, duck a la. I'm done. Okay, so we
Duck
are going to
orange.
go. Yeah, right.
So there we go. And we know
We
this
are going to
turn
go
he
up to
can-
14 this turn, but we'll see definitely. Yeah, whatever Daisy gives or taketh from Franz is going to make a big deal here. Now Franz does have a lot of
wow.
I'll say strength.
Yeah, that's inkable and removal. Okay.
Ursula, let's see.
Which we know that. I have a feeling Mr. Shadows is about to try to empty as many cards as his hands as possible because he's feeling cheeky and he's feeling good.
Yeah,
but we shall see.
It's a ton of resources on Franz, and we do know he does have a Diablo, and he does have a lot of cards in his hand, and hopefully we're gonna run a Smee into potentially
Daisy.
Ooh,
I'm just saying Daisy.
We're not inking, huh?
I feel like at this point
we're trying to insulate a little bit.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to get too greedy. He's got, beyond Lorthal Beyond here. So Smee is just a nice body. It's got a nice body. I'll say it.
Smee has a nice body. He's rocking the shorts. He's got the stripes
out. Great. So with ink, he can challenge, he can sing, he can play, but to deal with all four is going to require a very, very careful use of his cards. But I think I've
never seen Franz flip cards like that before, so this is a very pivotal turn, and I am just very stressed out because quadruple daisies is not fair. I'll just go ahead and say it.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't. So
I love Justin, but I don't love quadruple daisies.
God is too much. I'll discard one. He said I agree. 3. I'll do 3. But I've never seen 3 just. It hurt.
Just I've seen double daisy, oh man, triple daisy. Oh, Franz just gave it. There was no songs. There was only one song. Okay, so
basically he knew he could take care of one. Because if you do the math, he can challenge one. He could even sing a song with another. But then you still have.
But the song actually doesn't take care of anything on the board.
Yes, because it sings exactly 1 damage, and that is crazy, Mr. Shadows.
Wild.
We are going to head into the booth and say, Daisy, yikes.
Yikes. Just yikes. Do you feel good about what you did, John?
We're in the booth here.
Yeah. Look, I'm the SLTC curve chapter. We exert over here.
Turn them sideways.
That was a logarithmic curve, if we're talking about curves, where the ducks were I think you said they're called a waddle, Miss Law.
Waddling.
It was waddling and full throttling. So we'll go ahead and start. Franz, you got that Diablo.
Speechless, absolutely speechless.
Yeah, I feel.
Do you have turn 1 plays in your deck, Franz?
Fan? Yes, because your birds.
I do have 1-drop birds in my deck. I just checked. They do exist.
Okay.
Yes, that's good, and that's you have to do that after some matches. We've all been there where we say, I need to check because I am 90%. There are little birds in here.
They do exist.
And you're the biggest. You're the biggest supporter of birds there is, and those birds said, "I be." Foul.
They were
sometimes you live by them, sometimes you die by them.
By the bird. That's the bird law.
The Pete's are putting in quite a bit of work there. So that space pirate, put him in the cove. It's scary because unless there's a world's greatest criminal, he's just there forever and living there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So that game, you're looking very menacing when you were getting the discard. But share a little bit on your side. There were some very famous cards we just did not see: Diablo, Prince John. And so, what were your hands looking like, and for you on your?
So in this matchups, really specifically, I'm not looking to play Prince John almost ever. We don't get the time necessarily against the aggressive decks. It helps a little bit on the draw by just playing a 3-cost singer that can't be targeted by any other stuff. So a Pete or a Prince John on the draw is really helpful. But I'm mainly looking for just a 1-2-3 curve. If I get Diablo, I get Diablo. That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. I'm not necessarily I'm not gonna mulligan 7 for it. If I look at 7 and I don't see 1-drop Diablo, I'm not throwing all 7 back. But having that Ursula or Morphon 2 is really helpful into this matchup specifically because it can open up a ton of lines that I can take. So in game 1, so Morphon 2 into Pete on 3 into shift Pete onto the Morph and then sing Strength to kill a Piglet and then punch a Daisy. That's generally what I'm looking for, is just things that I can use to open up my my mid game. It's just unfortunate that game 3 I didn't see a 1 or a 2, and then I just had to try. I had a single lane 3 daisies.
That was
Well, I saw the first discard of the one Daisy, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a crazy card to discard in this matchup. But I mean, I guess I could see what he's doing. Justin knows what he's doing, and then he just like slammed down 3 of them in one go, and I was like, I think Franz is owed some like emotional and financial compensation. Yes.
Yeah, if you've been hurt by Justin Shadows,
I mean, I'll take just a morph. I don't need any compensation. Just a morph on 2 would have been great.
Yeah.
You're just not having to hardcast Sudden Chill on 2. That's never fun. I was like, turn 3 is going to be lit, and Justin was like, hold my daisies.
Yeah, I think I've hardcasted Sudden Chill on 2 like 3 times since Bucky was nerfed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think it's time that we start saying bad things about Justin, because Justin named his deck Vin Bad. Why did you have to put that? You don't like
Katie
Vinny
took
in your
that
deck
personally.
Yeah, why did you start? You just play your deck, but you're like, Vinny's bad. So
correct.
That's our first question.
Correct.
All right, that's it. I just like that. That's your deck is just called Vin Bad.
Yeah. So on last Friday, I played a version of this deck that was -2 of the little John, or of the 3-cost John Silvers, and +2 Vinny. And in that tournament, I went 4-3 drop. And the last round, I wasn't really playing. I was like playing against a buddy. I wasn't really trying. But in the other 6 rounds, basically every game that I lost, I could directly correlate to me drawing a Vinny when I needed an inkable card. And so Vinny just ain't it. And so I took him out.
Just ain't it.
I took him out, put in the 2 John Silvers. They're inkable. They're a card I'm very comfortable playing because it's a card that I played in Kiwi for an extended period of time with Adam. And the next day went significantly better for me. I didn't quite make top cut. I ended up in like 19th on the bubble or something like that. But I was quite a bit happier with the John Silvers there. So Vinny is bad, unfortunately, for my play style at least.
What's worth, I agree.
So Vinny's bad, and then he gave you a detailed explanation on why it's bad, and then Franz agreed. Katie, do you feel as though Vinny is good?
I like him. Look at him, guys.
Let's not get it twisted here. Vinny is one of the coolest looking cards in the game. That dude's neck going all the way around, looking at you with his skirt.
Like,
that's devastating.
Like, he's like C post rotation, y'all. Like, that's what he's saying. Like, look at him. Like,
he's like regret. Yeah, I just think they're neat. Oh man, but yeah, okay, we won't talk about Vinny anymore. But we did see your card. I mean, you had even a reindeer in here that we didn't even see because you were like just really all in on hamsters, piglets, and ducks. But yeah, I mean, it's all we saw.
I'm out.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to think of questions about it. It was kind of scary. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
it was scary to see because I mean, I will say Franz is playing a deck that he's hurt people with. He's hurt people and broken up families with this deck. And then you just said, duck.
Just aggro go sideways? Yeah, go fast.
Now people in the chat, I'm sure, are like, ban aggro.
As a longtime Sapphire Steel player, right? Like, I know exactly how frustrating Daisy is as a Steel player. Ravensburger has decided that Daisy exists and she has a drawback, and they're not going to print any good counters for her in the Steel colors. So unless you're playing Amethyst, you sort of just gotta, like, the soonest you're killing it, as soon as you banish it is like typically with a Steel deck like turn 4-ish, unless you can like double challenge it with things. So like, I don't know, it's kind of a mess. And obviously
Daisy is a fantastic card, but can we be honest that like those could have been 0/0/2 lures and it would have been the exact same result.
Yeah. Like in that scenario, it turns out it didn't matter, but like
but no, fantastic card, like absolutely crazy card with 4 health that's going to be format defining going into rotation.
Yeah.
Going into rotation, or just like since the moment she was spoiled and everybody went eep, unless you had Brawl in your deck. I definitely Daisy's a whole card, but
Daisy changed. She taketh.
She did give 2 cards and bottom 2 cards,
did.
so she was
2 nice cards.
kind of both of your dates tonight, and that's how I like to think of it. Like she likes to. Sometimes she's the person that plays her as date. Sometimes she's the person, just giveth and taketh. It's a whole
she's
card.
gonna make people suffer though. That's really the thing that Daisy's gonna do. Is she's gonna make everyone feel a little bad. But either way, it was a wonderful showing because at the end of the day, we got to see your deck do the thing, Bronze. We saw the morph. We got to see the muses just hide in a cove and be kind of spooky in there. We got to see Pete in the cove, which we didn't know he could fit in there, but there he was stuck inside a little cove. So wonderful showing.
Cove takes everyone.
Yeah, the cove protects everybody. The cove,
no discrimination.
Yeah, and I love that, and I am very excited. We could do. Do you have any other questions?
No. Other than how do you guys feel? Like, do you? I want to know how you guys feel. Are you guys okay? Did everybody have fun? Okay, I'll get out of here. You can answer that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Regardless of how stuff ends, like being able to help the loungers, a big part of my growth in Lorcana. Start from 0-2, go to 2-0, get in as the 8 seed, win against the first seed, and then take it to a game 3 in the semifinals of a worldwide event. I'm feeling fantastic.
I will say your story at the beginning was the loungers. You're like, we're lounging. No, they sat up straight. They put their little thing. They took the wood thing and went no, and then scared everyone. Quite frankly, so you showed them that don't sleep on the loungers. It's not a sleeping chair. It's a lounge chair.
It is a lounge chair.
It's a lounge chair, but not.
They were
a
lounging.
Chair.
Yeah.
We may be resting our eyes, but we're never.
But you're not.
We're never asleep.
Yeah, but I'm still watching that show. Do you have any shout outs, goodbyes, where we can find you, and any fun parting words? You want to trash talk on Vinny if you want to?
No. Vinny's a cool dude. I'm gonna go watch Bolt later today, actually.
Nice.
Shout out to the loungers. I'm proud of everything that we've done, and hopefully we can come back next time and do just as well, if not better. Shout out to Unplugged Games and the Uninkables over in Raleigh. Fantastic team that we're building out here, and hope that we can make it into the DLC season once October comes. And shout out to the ICL staff and everyone who commentates. You guys are doing great stuff up there, donating your time essentially. So thank you y'all.
I'm watching Lorcana anyway, so let's get to talk about it and watch it. This is what we live for.
A little bit. I wanted that pizza so bad, so I think I'll take it. I'm a hero. I put my pizza back in the oven 1 slice at a time. But we'll go over to Justin Jack Shadows of the Shadow Realm. What about you? What are your shout-outs?
Fumble in the shadow. Fumble in the shadows.
Yeah, it was Fumbles in the Shadow Boys.
Yeah.
Shout out SLTC. I wouldn't not just be here on ICL, but I wouldn't be probably playing Lorcana still, and certainly not competitively without them. So it's been great. I'll shout out my wife and
she's wonderful. Sorry.
Also the homies who agree with my wife that I'm a little bit too stubborn for my own good, and that I need to learn how to play other decks. So here I am trying to learn how to play other decks. I believe the last time that me and Franz played at Ink, he saw me playing an absolute disastrous.
Hey man, you were the one that makes me still believe in Shift Jasmine on 2. I tell everyone about that.
That card is so good. First of all,
one day.
In Popper.
Yeah, there we go. Eventually, she's substantially good, and that's all we need.
Definitely in rotation. That card that card is tough to deal with.
Yeah,
there we go.
And then for always making sure I understand how good turning sideways is, there's my buddy Boomy.
Oh,
your buddy Boomy.
Despite meeting in person and staying at my house, the man is always just Boomy. He is not. I for some reason I can't call him by his real name. I just can't do it.
Yeah, because
we don't call people.
No. I was so disappointed when I found his mother didn't name him Boomy. Like I was so upset. But whatever, it's fine. They didn't look at a baby and go, "That's Boomy."
That's Boomy.
That's a Boomy baby. But shout out to both of you. First semifinals, so it's a lot. And we have one more semifinals, and I think it's coming. Wonder if you're still here. Wonder if you can hear us.
It's on Monday.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the booth and just talk about everything and how I definitely said ducks, and then we're gonna go ahead. But
you did not say both. Ducks. That's fine.
I found it. Here we go. All right. So that was
okay.
How are you, Color? How are you? This is the debrief. This is our first semifinal ever.
I know. I'm feeling like I said, I was feeling really, really good about it, and I felt like, all right, Justin's got this. And then he did the daisy thing, and I was
that's called the lethal daisy chain. That's what I tried to trademark it, the daisy chain. And I've never seen the daisy chain that wide, because I feel like the one in the discard counted because it was enough to make you go, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, I love that, Justin will turn things sideways, even though when you're like, no, like leave the Calhoun standing. Yeah. And it's like, I'm here for my lore. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Yeah. And so and he was mentioning Boomy as well, is like the way that Boomy plays aggro is every time I go to take a play, I'm always like, oh, like this is the line, this is what you would do, and Boomy's like, no, do this instead. And then like 4 turns later, I'm like, oh, you've won the game, and I would have lost the game. So definitely a big shout out, and it is nice to see we're kind of like this little, like the way that deck can be a lot more than what I think most people think it is. Like it's not as brain dead as some would think.
Well, I'm sure someone is
counting to 20 is hard, but
I can't. I just keep turning sideways till they say you're done.
Get out of here. I've won first. Yeah.
You see Donald on the board? I don't.
Yeah. Get on
but
out.
yeah, I'm scared because earlier today I was trying to learn the lesson. I was doing some coaching, or that was yesterday. I don't know, but it was like, hey, don't quest too hard. And now it's like quest harder. And so I'm going to have
too hard.
I'm going to have Ed in my head saying like, like be patient, don't worry. You don't have to always be like crazy. And now I'm going to hear Ed being like, are you inking for fun or because you need to? And then are you questing? And that is called anxiety. Movie Inside Out, available on Disney Plus.
There you go. I was to say, no, I was like, yeah, no, they're, My takeaway is never sing with a 2 lore quester. What are you doing?
Never sing with a 2 lore. Well, what if it's a good song? What if it's a song you like jazz?
Just win the game. Just win.
Boomy's Junior's here saying, correct. He's here to validate you. All right. Well, I need to, Boomy, do you offer coaching? Because I am currently trying to not be as scared to play Lorcana against other people. But anyway. Yeah, either way, you can sometimes, as a treat, sing. It'll be fine. Either way, this has been the semifinals, and we have our first advance to the finals, and it is 2 logos that probably should revisit their logos before next season. And
we're gonna rebrand both.
Yeah, don't worry. And yeah, now it's time for marbles, but we'll go ahead, and we're not doing an after show, right? We're just gonna sign off, right? Right? God.
We are going to raid because production has spoken.
Mad. So if you guys don't see me again, it's been really good. I've liked casting with the ICL. But
it's been fun.
It's been really great. It's been a great season for me. It's sad it ended like this, and that was my faux pas. I've said a lot of weird stuff. But Color, where can people find, follow, and enjoy your content?
They can find and follow and then choose at their own discretion to enjoy me on YouTube. And I have Color is Law, and it's my Allies on the Other Side show. I actually just posted an episode with Fumbles and Justin, and they were on there with Justin's lovely wife, who he did shout out, and it was probably one of my most favorite.
I'm excited,
episodes to edit. Like, I love playing and it's always fun, but editing is always just like, I'm gonna die. But like, that was one of the most fun that I had editing. So go check that out. It's out on YouTube, and it's ridiculous, and Fumbles bullies us, and Justin does some really big brained things. So
perfect.
Come check it out.
Ali's on the other side. And you guys can find me on YouTube at the Lore Keepers Inn, and I'm posting tonight. I'm doing a Labubu giveaway to honor the weird chaos that happened at PPG's Pro Play Summit in Fort Worth, where for some reason people were playing for Labubus. Now this will be a branded one, so find me on YouTube, and then you can follow and win a Dada. Not this one.
I was
and
then
then
that red-eyed one is scary.
Tune back in on Monday, right?
Monday, we have the other semifinals.
ETB versus Villain Club.
Villain Club.
I know. I was doing the hype thing. But anyway, man, the producer's really
We
mad
have 5
tonight,
seconds.
guys.
Bye.
You gotta go. Bye. You're really cute, everyone.
Everyone.